Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my friend. Today's video is on Ketu's transit to the sign Leo. Let's do the mantras quickly. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vyam Ved Vyasaya Namah Om Gurve Namah Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Fantastic. It feels great. So you're all set to get into the video now. Okay, so Ketu's transit. See, when I made the video on Rahu's transit some time back, I did not cover Ketu for a reason, because the moment one starts to think about Ketu's transit, it becomes quite complicated. It is not that easy like other planets, It is not, the drishtis are different. The drishtis are not there in the first place. Forget drishtis. Even when the person starts to think about Ketu, the mind goes for a toss. It is not easy to demystify Ketu. So this is my attempt. And it is not going to be done in the similar way, because that will rather bring more confusion. The purpose is for you to have some takeaways so that you can apply that in your daily life. Okay? And I am sure you would have gone through the Rahu's transit video. If not, it will be a good idea to go through that before Ketu's transit video, this one, or after that, whenever you have time. Okay. How to go about Ketu's transit? That is the question. See, Rahu and Ketu are two sides of a same coin. It's a very generic and easy fundamental statement. See, the thing is, things which are easy, generally we tend to not pay any focus to those things. So just take a pause, think about the same statement. Rahu and Ketu are nothing but two sides of one coin. Does it mean that if Rahu is indicating one thing, Ketu will indicate completely opposite of that? Because once you have heads, the tail is not visible, and vice versa. So when you go through the Rahu transit video, if Rahu was saying you will undergo this kind of situation, so Ketu will ensure that you will have a completely opposite experience. Wow. So it becomes quite complicated. Does that mean if Rahu is promising something good to you, Ketu will oppose that, or vice versa? We'll find that out soon in a very, very unique and easy way. Okay, before we actually begin, the way I try to give you a high-level overview of the transit, how the planet is going to traverse the entire sign. Let's do that, and then we'll get into different ascendants. As you know, Ketu on 19th of May 2025 will enter into sign Leo. Okay, and it will stay in Leo for the next 18 months, roughly 18 days, broadly 18 months we can say. Okay, so the thing, it is very easy to comprehend Ketu's transit from the movement perspective, from the velocity perspective. It is not as complicated as we had witnessed the velocity of Jupiter in this case, this year specifically. So 18 months broadly I can pick for the ease of understanding. And Ketu will traverse the entire sign of Leo. Let's say this is Leo. And every sign, every Rashi has 30 degrees. And there are 9 padas in every Rashi. So Leo to have 30 degrees and 9 padas. So Ketu will take 18 months to cover those 9 padas. Okay. It is easy mathematics. Roughly 2 months in each pada. Constant motion. Very nice. But retrograde motion. Don't forget that. Ketu, just like Rahu, is always retrograde. But the motion is relatively much constant. Okay. That is good thing. Now, how do we interpret? How do we go about this entire analysis? So think about a situation. This is the sign Leo. When Ketu is entering from Virgo to Leo on the 19th of May 2025. So it has to cover 9 padas in 18 months. So roughly 2 months in each pada. Ketu, let's say, is entering on 19th of May. The first pada in Leo, it will enter into Sun's first pada. It was already in Sun's nakshatra, right? Uttar Falguni nakshatra, second pada. But in Leo, it will enter into the first pada of Uttar Falguni nakshatra, lorded by Sun. So far, so good. Then it will stay there for 2 months. Then after 2 months, it will enter into the nakshatra Purv Falguni, which is lorded by Venus. Pur Falguni, 4th pada. After 2 months, Pur Falguni, 3rd pada. After 2 months, Pur Falguni, 2nd pada. After 2 months, Pur Falguni, 1st pada. So the 8 months, it will be in Pur Falguni Nakshatra, lorded by Venus. So far, so good. After first 2 months in the nakshatra of Sun, then 8 months in the nakshatra of Venus, then after 10 months in total, it will enter into Magha Nakshatra, which is lorded by Ketu himself. Magha 4th pada, Magha 3rd pada, Magha 2nd pada, Magha 1st pada at regular interval of 2 months. So first 2 months, Ketu will be in the nakshatra of Sun. Next 8 months, Ketu will be in the nakshatra of Venus. In the last 8 months, Ketu will be in its own nakshatra. That's how 2 plus 8, 10 plus 8, 18. Broadly 18 months, it will cover the entire transit of Leo. Easy to understand. But how to interpret Ketu's results? It cannot be done in a similar way. As I briefly alluded, that Ketu and Rahu are two sides of a same coin, right? So while Ketu is moving in 3 different nakshatra, let us for a brief moment understand and just revisit where Rahu is getting into during this period. Rahu is opposite to Ketu in Rashi chart. There are some charts where Rahu and Ketu conjoin, but in Rashi chart, where we are currently speaking or looking at, Rahu is always opposite to Ketu. They're at 7 axis all the time. So Rahu on 19th of May 2025, when Rahu will move from Pisces to Aquarius, right? Rahu will enter into the nakshatra of Jupiter. Okay? Because Rahu is moving to Aquarius. It is as simple as that. Okay. And just like Ketu, Rahu will also be there in every pada for 2 months. There is no disconnect. So for the 6 months, Rahu will be in Jupiter's nakshatra. And that is the reason when I made the video on Rahu's transit, I covered the period of 6 months. Because after 6 months, after November, so to say, because I am, let's say, cover 2 months, June, July, then August, September, October, November. Broadly, I'm not counting from 19th of May for the sake of just sake of ease in understanding. So November, by the end of November, Rahu will move from Jupiter's nakshatra to forward. Rahu's nakshatra, Satabhisha. Okay. And for the same reason, because I had made Rahu's transit video till November, covering for the first 6 months, let us make this analysis also for the first 6 months, because we are comparing Rahu and Ketu in this video. For the first 6 months, as you know, first 2 months, Ketu will be in the nakshatra of Sun, and next 4 months, Ketu will be in the nakshatra of Venus. Though, even for the next 4 months, Ketu will continue to be in the nakshatra of Venus, but Rahu will change its nakshatra from Jupiter to Rahu. So that will bring a lot of complexity. And that's not it. There are other complexities also. So just to equate Rahu and Ketu, to analyze results in a much easier way to understand, the timing of this video will also be till November. That is for the 6 months after their transit. Broadly 6 months and let's say 11 days. So far so good. And how do we analyze that? Very simple. See, as I briefly alluded earlier, Rahu and Ketu are the two sides of the same coin. If Rahu is strong, Rahu's results will follow. Rahu will be able to pull you towards its direction. Whereas if Ketu is stronger than Rahu, then Ketu will be successful in pulling you towards its direction. Both the things cannot work together at a single given point. So if somehow we are able to understand which of these two planets, Rahu and Ketu, is stronger at a given point in time, it will be easier than for us to comprehend, which results will follow. So let's try to identify in a very easy way which will be stronger during this 6 months. I'll take the period of 2 months as a lot. So I'll have 3 different lots, 2 months, 2 months, 2 months. Okay, first 2 months will be from June, July. I'm not counting from 19th of May for ease in understanding. Though it is basically 19th May till roughly 20th July, but I am saying June, July. Okay, June 2025 to July 2025. Next lot will be from August to September 25. Third lot will be October to November 25. So I will evaluate 3 lots, 3 periods of 2 months each, and figure out which of these 2 planets, Rahu or Ketu is stronger respectively in these three lots. Once we get that, then we'll get into ascendants and apply this learning, and it will be easy for us to comprehend Ketu's analysis. All right. So the first lot is June 2025 to July 2025. How do we analyze which of these two planets will be stronger during these 2 months? Simple. We'll not get into very complex analysis. Let's keep it grounded, keep it very, very simple. First, Rahu will be in its own sign. So when a planet in Aquarius, when a planet is in own sign, is considered quite strong. So the first thought will be, oh, Rahu is stronger than Ketu, because Ketu is not in its own sign. But my friend, Ketu in Leo is in a special kind of exaltation. That's what Parampara learning teaches. Yeah. And exaltation has an edge over own sign. So, basis the positioning of planets itself, Ketu is stronger than Rahu. First point. So 1 point goes to Ketu. That's good. Now in the first 2 months, as you remember, Rahu will be in the nakshatra of Jupiter, right? Purvabhadrapada. Remember? Okay. And Rahu will be in the nakshatra of Jupiter. So Rahu and Jupiter. So people may call it Guru Chandal or give a lot of technical jargons, technical names. But from understanding perspective, when Rahu is in the nakshatra of Jupiter, Rahu will feel a bit restricted because Jupiter and Rahu do not go along well. Jupiter wants Rahu to behave in a different and specific way. It will not give the freedom for Rahu to flourish and just go and kind of spread its illusion the way it like to. So Rahu will not be that happy in nakshatra of Jupiter. Whereas in the first 2 months, Ketu will be in Uttar Phalguni nakshatra, first pada. See, I am not getting into the significance of first, second, third, fourth pada. It will make it a bit complicated. But when Ketu will be in Sun's nakshatra, Satvik planet, Ketu likes to be with Satvik planet. Ketu will be elated because Sun by itself will help Ketu to fulfill its promise of spirituality. Ketu is Mokshakaraka. So merely by being in Sun's nakshatra, while Rahu is in Jupiter's nakshatra, Ketu has an edge over Rahu. So Ketu gets the second point. Now Ketu has 2 points. And Rahu has 0 so far. Third level, very simple level. Which are the planets are aspecting Rahu or Ketu? Mind you, I am not getting into Rashi Drishti. See, when I am looking at transit, we want to see how things are moving fast. So from that aspect, in these transit videos, my intent is only to look at Graha Drishti. So Jupiter from Gemini, because 14th of May, Jupiter will also transit to Gemini, will have a 9th aspect on Rahu, Graha Drishti. Not only Rahu is in Jupiter's nakshatra, but Jupiter is also putting a drishti on Rahu and saying, hey, behave properly. Behave properly. Rahu is not feeling free and independent to flourish. Whereas Ketu doesn't have any such aspect which is curtailing its action in these 2 months, right? So third point also goes to Ketu because Ketu feels stronger. So now we have at a 3 basic level, we realize that Ketu is getting all the points. So we can feel reasonably safe to say that in the first 2 months, June and July, Ketu will have an edge over Rahu. So Ketu's results will flourish more. Fair enough. Let's move forward to the next 2 months, August and September 2025. Same principle. First principle will be consistent throughout these 3 lots, right? Because Rahu will continue to be in its own sign and Ketu will continue to be in Leo, which is a special exaltation for Ketu. First point will always go to Ketu. How about the second point? Rahu will continue to be in the nakshatra of Jupiter, feeling a bit restricted. But now Ketu, after first 2 months, have moved to the nakshatra of Purvaphalguni, 4th pada, which is lorded by Venus. It is a Rajasic planet, Rajas planet. What is the role of Rajas with Ketu? Ketu will not like it. It is not going in sync with its objectives and desires. So now, though Rahu is feeling a bit restricted because being in Jupiter's nakshatra, still Ketu is in deep trouble. Even more troublesome it is feeling compared to Rahu. So this point goes to Rahu. Rahu is stronger just because being in nakshatra of Jupiter, and not like Ketu, which is feeling really troublesome in Sun's nakshatra. Third point is still valid. Jupiter is having Graha Drishti on Rahu. So third point goes in favor of Ketu. So we will be tempted to say, oh, Ketu gets 2 points versus Rahu, which has 1 point. But no. This kind of majority rule doesn't always prevail. See, Jyotish is not only a science but also an art. We have to also evaluate the intensity of different points. The second point which Rahu got by being in the nakshatra of Rahu versus Ketu with Rajasic planet in the nakshatra of Venus is really grave for Ketu. It is absolutely against the values of Ketu. Absolutely against. It is even against then Rahu in the nakshatra of Jupiter. So Jupiter is also against the values of Rahu. But both are expensive in nature. Right? Both are expensive. Both grows. While Venus is expensive in a specific direction, Rajas. Ketu is completely different. It is more about isolation and prompting you towards meditation. Stay alone. It is completely anti. So that 1 point is sufficient enough to beat the majority rule. So the next 2 months will go in favor of Rahu, and Rahu's results will prevail. How interesting. Let's come to the last 2 months. We are done with June, July, August, September. Now we are into October and November 2025. The first rule will apply as it is. Rahu is in own sign, Ketu is in the sign of special exaltation. So Ketu will get the first point. Second point, Rahu is in nakshatra of Jupiter and Ketu is in nakshatra of Purva Falguni, third pada. Still, point goes to Rahu, as explained earlier. Third point, Jupiter aspecting Rahu. Hey, hold on. If you recall, in my Jupiter's transit, I told you that in Gemini, Jupiter is moving direct for the first 5 months. And on 18th of October, it is getting into the sign of Cancer. 1 month, it will be direct and half month retrograde. Then 5th of December, it will come back to Gemini again. So 18th October to 5th December, basically October, November, entire month, bearing first 18 days. Jupiter will be in Cancer and it will not be aspecting Rahu by Graha Drishti. So then Rahu will get the full freedom to flourish. Oh my goodness. Rahu will rise. Rahu is going to rise in the last lot of those 2 months. And Rahu will have its way. So far so good. So now we understood. First 2 months, June, July, Ketu will prevail. It will have its own say. August, September, there is quite a lot of confusion, but Rahu will prevail. Rahu will have an edge. October, November, hands down, Rahu will have its way. Rahu will rise. So with this background, let us get into ascendants. Aries ascendant. Now, the way I'm going to interpret is completely different. It will not be the similar way because we need to understand, we'll apply this understanding which we have just built upon, that if Rahu is have its own say, how this will work. If Ketu will have its own say, how this will work. So let us get into that. Okay, Aries ascendant. So the first 2 months, I'll cover the first 2 months and then I'll cover 3 lots first. June, July, August, September, October, November, right? And then some deep down analysis. And now that you know that in the first 2 months, June, July, Ketu will have its own say. Why? So I've explained this in detail in introduction part. Please go on. Unless you go through introduction, you will not be able to comprehend what I'm going to speak about. Excuse me. So Ketu will be stronger in the first 2 months, June, July. If you recall, in my Rahu's transit video, I shared that for Aries ascendant people, for you, where is your focus? Because of Rahu, your focus is on the Kama triad, right? You recall that. And your focus was on Kama triad not for the purpose of getting married, but for the sake of getting into some sort of friendship, increase the network, have a lot of people to talk to, enhance your social circle. That kind of focus you will have. In fact, Rahu will give you that kind of focus. But when I'm saying in the first 2 months, Ketu will be stronger. Remember that analogy? Rahu and Ketu are 2 sides of same coin. So if Ketu is going to have its own say, then Rahu's focus will not come to the fore. That's how we can have the analysis. If Rahu's focus will not be able to sustain, because Ketu will have its own say, then the focus which I mentioned in Rahu's transit video, that you would like to look forward to ways to enhance your network, etc., 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 blah, 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 is not going to happen in these 2 months. Wow. Wow. So what will happen? What will happen? You will be in a dilemma between the axes of 5 and 11. Because for Aries, Ketu is in 5th house and Rahu is in 11th house. If 11th house focus is not coming your way, then 5th house focus will come to your way. Now, mind you, with Rahu I was using trines. With Ketu I am not using trine because Ketu doesn't have any aspects. There are different kinds of aspect at different places. Very, very specific. So I cannot use the trines like I can use for other planets. This is all parampara. All credit goes to my Guruji Pandit Sanjay Raji. Whatever I am able to say to you, tell you, purely and solely because of my Guruji. So then how do I analyze? See, it has a different ways of analyzing. But for the sake of ease, I'll tell you, Rahu's focus will not be able to flourish. Rather, you will put your entire attention towards Ketu's ways. Now, what is Ketu way? Ketu will say, come my friend, come my child, do mantras, do some sadhanas, go towards spirituality. What will you do with network? That is not the way to go, right? Go in this path. The first 2 months, you will see, you will be under a major conflict while Rahu is pulling you, but Ketu will not let you go. So there is always a conflict. Rahu and Ketu will always be a conflict. Always, throughout in all the ascendant will find. The art is to find out which areas you will feel the conflict and who is going to win and who is going to support you. That is the intent, right? And then what are the deep level results you are going to witness for your ascendant during these 6 months. Till November we are covering. Why November? Introportion, my friend. Okay, so far so good. So how this change will happen? Because in the moment Rahu will get into it, 19th of May, Rahu will try to pull you and Ketu is going to win. So basically you will realize this transition from Rahu to Ketu will not happen easily. You will realize that Rahu is actually a badhak for you. You will realize that through some experience. And then you will yourself feel, okay, because Ketu is also pulling you towards its path, that path is better. So I'm talking about the first 2 months, June, July. Okay, good. Now, what will be the outcome of this? The outcome. You would have loved it because Ketu's outcome, as an astrologer, we always tell if you have to pick up between Rahu and Ketu, always go with Ketu. And by now, we have analyzed these 2 months specifically and we know that the first 2 months, Ketu is going to have its say. So, and if Ketu is going to have its say, you are going to like the experience. As simple as that for me to say. But now let me introduce one more complexity. Okay? And that complexity is which of the planet will be transiting at that point during the period of June and July. With Ketu, Mars will be there. So Mars will move from Cancer to Leo and will be with Ketu during this phase of 2 months. And my dear friend, when Mars will go to sign of Leo, first of all, fiery sign, fiery planets, it will have a lot of aggression. And how does it get along with Ketu? A tamasic graha, another tamasic graha. So when Ketu was pulling you, come my child, go to sadhana, go to mantra, with Mars association, you will have a lot of hindrances in your daily prayers. You will not be able to consistently do it. There will be disturbances. Though you are liking to do it, you are willing to go forward to that path, but you will find it difficult. So it will not be easy for you. The outcome will not be very easy for you. You will not be consistent. Okay? All right. Now the Jyotish marvel. How and we can analyze from this simple analysis. Very, very fundamental analysis. I'm not even going deeper so far. 19th of May, when this transit is going to take place, till 7th of June. Because Mars is getting into the sign of Leo from 8th of June. Okay, and we are talking about the period of June and July. But actually this period is beginning from 19th of May when transit is happening. So 19th of May till 7th of June, 18 days broadly, you have these 18 days to get into the full throttle mode and get hold of Ketu, because Mars has still not entered into Leo. So if people generally say, if you get into a habit, if you do a thing regularly for 21 days, then you get into the habit of doing that thing. So this is a golden opportunity. This is a Jyotish marvel. If you begin from exactly from 19th of May or even earlier than that, then till about 7th or 8th of June, if you can be regular with your prayers and mantra and sadhana, it will be great. Then you will be able to cut through that boundary of fierce Mars. Not easy. Not easy. But we have to try. Okay? Now, the next 2 months. This was for June, July, August. So, July, August, we know that Rahu is stronger, right? If Rahu is stronger, then the focus of Rahu, which I'm not going to repeat that focus. Either you can go to Rahu's transit video or find it out through the intro portion of Aries Ascendant itself. That will come to the fore. You will look forward to build friendship, etc. That you know by now. Now, the thing is, in July, August, there is a lot of things going to happen, right? In this period, basically, second lot is August, September. My bad. August, September. So from mid-August to mid-September, Sun will be with Ketu, first of all. If Sun is with Ketu, remember when Ketu was in Sun's nakshatra, Ketu became stronger. So Ketu will regain its strength. See how complex it is becoming because of other planets' transit. We cannot ignore that. Because Ketu's transit has to happen in a different way. We have to weigh each thing's happening in the horoscope in the transit. Ketu will regain its strength. So these 2 months, Rahu is stronger, we know, at a generic level. But here, Sun will have its own say. When Mars was here, in the first 2 months, you are finding it difficult to maintain your consistency with prayers. But when Sun will come, right, Mars will go away. Mars will go away in these 2 months, right? August, September. Sun will come from mid-August to mid-September. You will get a fresh rejuvenation in your desire to go towards mantra. But we know that these 2 months, Rahu is going to have its say. So again, a big conflict. But because Rahu is going to have its say, you will eventually give into Rahu's way of working. Remember? But the thing is, if you know how to get hold of Sun, then you can come out of Rahu's purview. Very difficult. Needs a deeper understanding and some remedial aspect. How to worship Sun, how to get hold of Sun. Okay, but I've given you a subtle hint. Now, mid-September to end September, Venus, Mercury are there. Absolute Rajasic. And Sun has moved down to Leo by that time. So the last 15 days of these 2 months are really going in Rahu's favor. Absolute anarchy. Rahu will have its own say. And the last 2 months for you, we have covered June, July, August, September, October, November. I mean, hands down, till you will say, okay, we know by now that Rahu is going to have its own say. Rahu will rise. And on top of that, till 10th of October, beginning half a month of October, Venus is also there. So Rahu is expecting Venus, Rahu plus Venus together, plus Ketu is fighting Venus. Rahu will rise. Absolute anarchy, and you will give into Rahu's way of desire. Absolutely. Very difficult to say from Rahu's clutches. Okay? And that's how we get to know which are the periods when we need some remedy. Right? So if you want to be with Ketu, you need to worship Ketu. We'll see the remedial aspect towards the end of the video. Now, broad results at a deeper level, quickly, very quickly, without taking much time. Obstacles for you during this 6 months now. I'm now covering 6 months as a lot. So you need to take care of your health. Your obstacles are coming through health portion. Please ensure that you are very vigilant about your health. Okay? What is good going to happen to you? Why I'm talking about good at the end? It's Ketu. Everything is in reverse. So I'm also talking about good at the end. I'm following Ketu. Okay? Okay, Ketu. So the good thing which is going to happen with you during Ketu's transit, in these 6 months we're covering, if you try, you will have chances to get a lot of gains from property. Very, very good thing to know, right? Now you know you can look into this at a deeper level. Okay. Anything else? Yes. The other good thing which can happen with you is that you can also be sensitive and judicious, and you can also have some gains through speculations. For example, Dream 11. Now, disclaimer, as always, the moment I talk about speculation, stock market, I always say, your life, your decision, your accountability, right? It is a very generic analysis, so but you now know what can happen for you in this juncture. Good. Now, any other good thing? Yes, my friend. Very good time for you to think about family planning. The 6 months is a very shorter frame to think and then get the results in these 6 months. Still, if you are already on the way, if you can initiate, it is a very good time, right? Okay. Caution, very, very important. If you are on that path of family planning, you have to ensure, bold, proper medication is given to the mother, the lady, and the fetus. Very, very important. Okay, good. Any recommendation? They can be at different junctures. They can be hindrance to your education, to your learning, to your studies. Okay. So you need to ensure, the recommendation is that whatever time you have allocated for your studies, you should be diligent in that allocation. So unless you are diligent, unless you are putting extra effort in getting your studies done, in ensuring that your learning continues, I mean, there are chances that it can either stop completely or there can be hindrances or disruption or breakages. So that is my recommendation. Put some additional focus on your studies. Now, last but not the least, what is the secret to activate Ketu? I'll talk about the generic remedy towards the end. What is the secret for Aries ascendant specifically? So my friend, the secret for you to activate Ketu is coming through your work. Yes, the harder you work, the happier you will make Ketu. Ketu will be very happy if the Ketu sees you working really hard. So that's the secret remedy for you to activate Ketu and be with Ketu. Okay, so that was my analysis for Aries ascendant. Let's start with Taurus ascendant. First 2 months. As you know, we are going to cover the phase from 19th of May till November. 6 months of period in this analysis. And this 6 months is segregated into 3 months, 2 months lot each. And the first 2 months, June, July, where Ketu is going to have its say. Why? Please go to intro section and then you will be able to understand it better. Ketu is going to have its say in the first 2 months, June and July. So the focus given by Rahu. Do you recall in Rahu's transit video I explained in detail? What was Rahu's focus for Taurus ascendant people? Focus on your work. Finding ways and means to earn money. Focus on work. Remember? If first 2 months, June, July, Ketu is going to have its say, so that means that focus will not flourish. Because Rahu and Ketu are two sides of same coin. If Ketu is going to have its say, then Rahu's focus, it will not let flourish. Simple. So focus will be completely opposite. So in this period, June and July, your focus will be at your home. It will not be at your workplace. You will be in the dilemma of 4-10 axis. We are trying to find out the dilemma for every ascendant. And after finding that axis, if we know which of the planets is having a say, okay, that planet's focus will flourish. How easy it can be. Okay. So your focus will be at your home while Rahu is pulling you towards work. There will be a major conflict. There's no need for me to say that. You can understand that very easily by now. Major conflict. You want to build your career. You want to put focus on your work. You want to think. You are thinking so much. Planning. I want to do that. I want to do that. That's how I can build my career. I can restart my career. That's how I can expand my career. So much of planning you're having. But the responsibilities at home will be like never ending for you. June and July. Watch out for this. What will be the outcome? So ideally we can say, or loosely we can say, if you're putting so much of focus at your home, people will be happy at home. things will be in your favor. You'll also feel contented. You're activating your home in your fourth house. You're strengthening your fourth house, and fourth house give contentment, heart. We'll be tempted to say that. Well, I wish it would have happened that way. But the thing is, let me add one more layer of complexity now. June and July we are covering. Mars is going to transit during that period in Leo with Ketu. So when Mars is with Ketu, that kind of tamasic planet, Ketu is not going to like it. It will not tolerate. Mars anyways is very fearsome, aggressive. Ketu has its own might. It will not listen to anybody, be it Mars. So there will be conflicts. And that conflict, planets drive people. They drive our mind and we behave accordingly to their whims and fancies. If they are not gelling that well with each other, so the relationship at your home front will also go for a toss. While you are neglecting your career, think about the irony, think about the situation. You are sacrificing your career. You're putting so much of focus at your home. Still, the planetary position is playing such a way that somehow the way you're using your language, the way you're using your tongue, some nice words are not coming out. You're too pissed off with your efforts, with your sacrifices, and with Mars blessings. You are not very amicable person to deal with, if I put it that politically. I hope you get the idea what I mean to say. Because of that, the atmosphere at home will not be that congenial in the first 2 months. Okay? You got the idea? Okay. So, Jyotish marvel. Because you still have 18 days. 19th of May till 7th or 7th of June. Because Mars is going to enter into Leo on 8th of June. So, in this 18 days, 19th May to 7th June, Mars is not there. Your mind is now not clouded by Mars. You only have Ketu's way. So if you are able to maintain that congenial atmosphere, if you practice some meditation, if you practice self-control, some patience, if you do yoga, meditation, those kind of things which gives you calmness, so that even if Mars comes later, you have your internal strength inbuilt in you. You have such a huge resource of your internal strength. Whenever you need, whenever you feel agitated, you can take out an ounce of that internal strength and just put some water on that fire of Mars. And that's how you can ensure that a relationship stays smooth, that fourth house flourishes in the nicest way it should flourish. How beautiful it can be. So that's the Jyotish marvel, that while we are analyzing in a very, very simple way, still we are getting that beautiful 18 days which we can use to our advantage. Good? So far so good? Okay. Let's move to the next lot of 2 months. August and September. We know that Rahu will have its say. It will not let Ketu flourish. And on top of that, mid-August to mid-September, Sun will transit the sign of Leo. Sun transits during this period. Always, every year. Sun will be in Leo with Ketu. It will give strength to Ketu. Satvik Graha, Ketu likes it, likes to be with Satvik planet. So there will be further conflict between this fourth and axis. Rahu is definitely winning this phase of 2 months. You are getting desperate from spending time at your home. You are thinking, forget it. Let me get back to my work. At least I'll build my career. There's nobody else thinking about my life. I have to think about my life and build my life. But Sun coming with Ketu, strong conflict, because Sun and Ketu are getting a lot of strength. It will still pulling you towards home. So it will be a seesaw. Rahu will definitely win. We know, we have evaluated in the introduction part. We know that this 2 months, August, September, Rahu is going to win. Still there will be seesaw, tussle. Okay. And on top of that, the last 15 days of September, when Sun will move out of Leo, Ketu will feel weaker. Venus and Mercury will be in Leo. In the axis of Rahu, 7th drishti of Rahu, Rahu, Venus together. Sun not in Leo. So that last 15 days of September, I mean, that will be the phase when you will feel, after all this struggle and tussle, forget it. Forget everything. I want to live a life of luxury. I want to go out, some journeys, some travels. I just want to spend time with my family. For myself, I want to stay away from the kitchen chores. I mean, I just want to be away from all these chores and all these hassles. I want to roam around. I want to spend some money on my dresses. I want to gift myself a good dress. I want to have some experience of nice dining outside, learn to experience some good music. So you'll talk about living life. How? In Rahu's way. Remember, Rahu will have its say. It will not come to you directly. I mean, you will not feel. But the way planets drive us, it's the magic. It's the magic of planets that we just dance to their tunes. That's how it happens. Okay. Third lot, October, November, when we know that Rahu is going to just have its way, my way or highway. Rahu is going to rise. And on top of that, first 10 days, Venus too will be in the sign of Leo. After 10th October, Venus is going out and Jupiter is not having drishti on Rahu from 18th October. Hardly 8 days. It becomes too complicated for me to say make use of 8 days. So broadly in this period, you will completely give into Rahu's way of thinking. And as I explained in my Rahu's transit, the focus will completely be towards work, how and what way you can earn more and more money, whom will take a backseat. Obviously, Rahu is pulling you, you understand? 10 axis. Okay, and what will be the results from Ketu's transit perspective? First caution. Ketu is in 4th house for Taurus sign. 4th house Ketu is Dikshunya, absolutely zero bala. Okay, directional strength is absolutely zero. So in such a situation, you will be a bit clueless about your partner. Very peculiar. Why? That is parampara magic. Okay, so you will not be able to appreciate or understand how your partner is feeling. You will be completely clueless towards his or her feeling. And that is a difficult thing. That's a caution. When you are not able to understand, when this kind of situation becomes a blind spot for you, maybe your partner is not able to deal with your behavior. That can be a possibility, because work. And even if when it is about home, after so much of sacrifices, your language is not coming out that nice to ears of your partner. That can be a bit tricky for him or her. So that's my caution. Just be a bit reasonable. Try to get into the shoe of your partner and see how the partner is also feeling. They have also their own point of view. Okay. Second caution. Not only Ketu has zero directional strength, Ketu is in Maranasthana here also. That's a big whammy, double whammy. So while I mentioned that you will not have any clue about what your partner is thinking, it can also have its implication not only on partner that, okay, you are absolutely ignoring your partner's will or wishes. In that way, your focus on your work can further increase, because you are moving away from Ketu, because Ketu is quite weak. We know in the generic analysis that first 2 months is Ketu is going to have its say, but when Ketu is having zero directional strength or it's in Marana, we have to find out, I'm not going to do it now, whether there is a Bhanga of Marana, how to do that. I'm not going to do that, but without doing that, Ketu by itself is not very strong position. So it's all about Rahu and Rahu, it's all about work and work. So that tussle, that the balance of 4-10 axis is always going to bother you. Okay, what's my recommendation? First recommendation, very, very unique. Please brush your teeth twice a day. No, I'm not copying it from internet. I'm saying it only from you, only for you. If you don't do that, you may end up visiting a dentist, and it is not a good experience sitting at dentist's chair. No, it's not a good experience. So brush your teeth twice a day. Recommendation number 2. See, you have been doing a lot of planning, and this planning is going to accentuate further. You will see the magic. You will do so much of planning in your head that your head will be occupied by planning throughout. Anything or anything, everything. You will be in planning mode all the time. So my recommendation, it's time to do some action now. Enough of planning. Otherwise, the entire time will go in planning. Let's do some action, which will be in benefit of the entire family. Needless to say that. Okay. What is going to be good for you? Hey, I am covering good now at the end because Ketu is retrograde. So I also need to behave in Ketu's way, just to be in sync with Ketu's energies, so that I can hold Ketu, I can be with Ketu. I need support of Ketu while I'm talking about Ketu. Shouldn't I? Okay. First good thing. I mean, is it a good thing or not good thing, or it's a very good thing? You have to decide yourself. I'm just putting the fact in front of you. Your partner will be in your complete control. You like it? Oh, okay. If you like it, great. But that's you're going to experience. Okay. Anything else? Yes, my friend. Great thing. Congratulations, my friend. This is a good time for you to go ahead and get a house for yourself. If you are willing to upgrade your house, if you are living in a rented accommodation and you're planning to buy a own house for yourself, great time. Thumbs up. Go for it. Now again, this is a generic analysis. I'm not looking at your Chaturthamsha. I'm not looking at your day 16. I'm not looking at your Rashi chart, natal chart. So still at a generic level, the time is favoring basis Ketu's transit. That's yes. It is a good time for you to go ahead and buy a house. Good. Is there a secret to activate Ketu? While I'll talk about the general remedy at the end of the video, but for Taurus ascendant specifically, is there a secret? There is a great secret, Parampara magic. If you do that, then you can cut through the head of Rahu like Vishnu did. And then you will be able to get hold of Ketu. And the secret is you have to do that to be able to achieve it. And what you have to do? You have to do a lot of meditation and you have to get into the zone of spirituality. A very generic statement, but no, it is very specific to Taurus ascendant people from Ketu's transit perspective. This is a very secret thing. If this is a secret remedy to activate Ketu, if you are regular with meditation, and you know the Jyotish marvel, which are those 18 days where you have relatively peaceful environment to do that and build on that habit. If you are spiritual in your thoughts, then automatically the balance will be there between fort and axis. You will not undergo a lot of sort of say, bitter experiences, right? And your family will be at peace, you will be at peace, your work will also be established. Spirituality and regularity with your meditation. Key for you, my Taurus friend. So that was my analysis for Taurus ascendant. Let's move to Gemini ascendant. So we are covering this analysis from 19th of May when Ketu is transiting to Leo till November, basically for the first 6 months. And I have divided this 6 months into 3 lots, 2 months each. So the first lot, June and July, when Ketu is going to have its say and Rahu will take a back seat. Why? Please go to the intro portion. Unless you cover intro portion, you will not be able to understand this analysis. Okay. So June, July, Ketu is going to have its say. So as Rahu and Ketu was 2 sides of one coin, if Ketu is going to have its say, Rahu's results will not come to the fore. So if you recall my Rahu's transit video, I told you that for you, for Gemini ascendant people, Rahu's focus will be on your knowledge, learning, and your guru, your elders will actually help you to attain that knowledge and learning. Your focus will be in that direction, right? Now, if Ketu is going to take a supersede compared to Rahu, so that focus will not come to the fore, it will not flourish. So what does that mean? Ketu is completely opposite Rahu, right? So you will be in that dilemma, right? the Gemini ascendant people, you will be in the dilemma of 3-9 axis. Got it? So you will, in the first 2 months, June and July, your focus will be completely on service. Absolutely. You will stay away from Rahu's focus. I'll explain that in a while. Give me a moment. On service, what do I mean? For example, if you go to a Gurudwara where our Sikh brothers and sisters, they, or even non-Sikh people, anybody can go there. They do a lot of service, the time, the efforts with their hands on food preparation and serving. They also do a lot of service in the cleaning and maintenance, shoes section, normal sweeping and brooming cleaning section, cleaning utensils, a lot of services they do. So you will be pulled into that kind of direction by Ketu. So while Rahu will say, focus, Rahu was actually willing to tell you. Rahu's focus was, focus on yourself by gaining knowledge. Whereas Ketu is saying that focus on others, not on yourself, by doing service to the humanity. See the difference between these two focus areas. Because Ketu is going to have it say in these 2 months, June, July, you are going to follow the Ketu's path. Now, next thing. Will it work smoothly for you? The question is, okay, you're going to follow Ketu's path. Will it work smoothly for you? That's the $1 million question. Well, the thing is, it will. Well, why am I making so much of fuss about it? Anyways, if given a choice between Rahu and Ketu, we tend to choose Ketu. And if Ketu is going to have it say during these 2 months, and you are being pulled towards Ketu path, you are going to feel good. So what's the big fuss about it? No, because it is not going to be the same way for other ascendants, right? Because in June, July, Mars is also going to transit sign Leo, and Mars will be with Ketu. And Ketu doesn't feel that happy with Tamasic Graha like Mars. It will have its own frictions. But because for Gemini friend, for you, Mars will be in 3rd house, where, Trishudaya, 3, 6 and 11, generic basic principles, fundamental. Mars will have its strength. And when you are in the domain of Ketu, though Ketu and Mars do not go along well, but their objective becomes same. For serving humanity, you need power, you need efforts, you need enthusiasm, you need energy. And when Mars is strong, it will give you so much of power to go and have a lot of self-efforts. What you needed to do, to follow and to pursue Ketu path, Mars is giving you that kind of energy. Right? But you need to ensure that you stay quiet. And that is the reason I'm saying will it work smoothly? I'm saying yes, because while doing seva, while doing that kind of community service, generally, there's a general kind of atmosphere. You don't tend to speak too much. So unless you speak, that Mars will not function. It will not be able to create that friction through words, that it will not be able to show the spaces to show its aggression. So that's the reason. The kind of activity you're going to do, Mars will actually be in your support. That's the beauty of Jyotish. Okay. However, because you're not able to put that much of focus on your learning and not able to put that much of focus on upgrading yourself, and even in that area of servicing humanity, you need that kind of upgradation. Because the more knowledgeable you are, the more learning you have, the more humble you are, and you have different ways and means to serve, right? So if you use that 18 days of period, which is basically from 19th of May till 7th of June, right? Till the time Mars has not entered Leo, you will have relatively calm and peaceful period. And that is the period you can actually build on to the knowledge, right? So though entire June and July, basically, is the period where Ketu has its own way of learning, own way of pulling you. Still, unless Mars has entered the sign of Leo, you still have some respite, right? And then you can utilize that to upgrade yourself. Okay, but you will not be able to follow Rahu's path. Get that in mind. But till Mars is there, learning, etc. is possible because Ketu is not busy firefighting with Mars. Mars also promotes its own kind of learning. Mars is also fire, Agni, knowledge. But Ketu will lose all its energy and focus in grappling with the fire of Mars itself. It will not be able to put focus on your knowledge itself. Okay? All right. Now, let's move to the second lot, August and September. As you know, in this period, Rahu will have its own say. What was Rahu say? Go into the path of knowledge and learning. Focus on yourself. Upgrade your knowledge. Use science and technology. Do a lot of research, a lot of development. Technology. Make use of that. Put a lot of self-effort. That was Rahu's focus. So you will get into that kind of mode. Service will take a back seat automatically because you are following Rahu's path. But then during this August and September, from mid-August to mid-September, Sun will transit the sign of Leo. And this will actually work in Rahu's favor. The Rahu and Sun are anti, they cause eclipse. But in this case, the motto is same. While Rahu is prospering you to go in the direction of make yourself knowledgeable, Sun is all about knowledge. Sun is all about knowledge. Sitting in its own house of Leo, it will say, okay, also with Ketu, Sun, Ketu, both promote knowledge, both promote spirituality. So the difference in this period will be that while you are willing to go towards Rahu's path, acquiring knowledge, that bent of knowledge the color of knowledge will slightly change. It will be more towards spirituality. That color will also be there because then Sun and Ketu for that 1 month, mid-August to mid-September, will definitely show its own color. Maybe you will continue to use technology. Let's say it can be possibility you are watching Ramayana or Mahabharata on internet. That is technology, a domain of Rahu. Still Sun and Ketu showing its color. You are following Rahu path, but they will have their own say. Okay. Mid-September to end September, Sun will go out, but Venus and Mercury will be with Ketu. Now things will change. Now you are purely in Rahu's vicinity. You will do what Rahu will say. And Venus and Mercury, that Rajas, will be there. That is the time, those 15 days, you will desire for somebody's proximity. Absolutely desire. And Rahu will accentuate that desire. So keep that in mind. This is the time your mind will be filled with those naughty thoughts. And you will strive to take some actions to achieve those desires. Very tricky time. Okay? And the last lot, October, November. We know that is the period when Rahu will have its absolute say, anarchy. Rahu will rise. And on top of that, till 10th of October, Venus will continue to be in the sign of Leo. Oh my goodness. The desires will be like unfathomable. Too much. Too much. You have to be very, very cautious. Focus will definitely be on learning, but that 10 days initial, half a month of October, quite tricky from desires perspective. After that, your intent will definitely be purely, as I mentioned in Rahu's transit, that kind of activities you're going to face. Now, specifically to Ketu's transit video, what results you're going to see during these 6 months now? Now I'm covering entire 6 months in totality, purely from Ketu's perspective. What will be the obstacle? Will there be any obstacle? If yes, from which area of life it will come to you? For you, it can come through vices, specifically in the period of August till October. You may be spending too much of money in that area because your desires are quite strong. Now you know why. So those are the areas from where you can have some obstacles. You are visiting any place and you were not sure. You are getting filmed, right? And that can bring disrepute to you. All those vices, whatever bad they can do, just be very, very cautious. Try to avoid all such things. That is the area where obstacles can come your way. My caution, Ketu's transit for you is or it can bring a lot of battles. It will bring a lot of battles for you. Never-ending battle situation you will face. So caution to you. Okay. Will there be something good? Well, I'm talking about good now towards the end of it because I'm following Ketu. Ketu is in reverse. And if I follow Ketu, I will be with Ketu. I want to get some strength from Ketu. I'm making video on Ketu, right? I want to be in synchronization with Ketu's behavior. So, what's good going to happen with you? I'm very happy to say, very, very happy to say, Ketu is going to give you a lot of courage, which is very good for your work. And also, the other good thing is that Ketu will give you capability to build a lot of contacts. So both these things are actually very good for you, specifically in the area of your work. So that's a great thing to know. And is there any other good thing? Yes, my friend. Absolutely delightful thing that Ketu will give you. You will actually eat up your enemies. Just few moments ago, I told you a caution that never-ending battle scenario. And now I'm telling you a very delightful thing. You will eat up your enemies like anything. So you will say, let the enemies come. Let the battle begin. I am always ready. Let the battle begin. I'm ready. You get it? Because Ketu is giving you that courage. It is giving you that kind of power. Let the enemy come. You are always ready and you have such fierce ways of handling enemies that they will run away from you. They will not like to even see your face. Mere news of you being around them will make them frightened. Okay. So far, so good. Any recommendation? Remember, serving humanity, hand-holding Ketu, always remember that. If you do that, it will be great for you. Okay. Any secret to activate Ketu? I'll be covering the generic remedy towards the end of the video. But for you, for Gemini Ascendant specifically, is there a secret by which you can actually handhold Ketu all the time? And then 3-9 axis will always be balanced. You'll always be able to hold Ketu, okay? So that you can tread in Ketu's direction, given a choice. Well, for you specifically, for my Gemini friend, the secret lies for you seeking a spiritual guru. That is very, very important for you. If you're able to find a spiritual guru and then stay in guru's directions, I think things will resolve by its own. Very easy thing to say, but not that easy to follow. But now that you know, you can very well think about it and be conscious about it. And the moment we are conscious about something, half the battle is done. Alright, that was my analysis for Gemini Ascendant. Let's begin with Cancer Ascendant. So Ketu is transiting to Leo 19th of May 2025. I'm covering 6 months of period, June, July, August, September, October, November. And I'm covering these 6 months in 3 lots, 2 month each, right? So the first lot, June, July, where Ketu is going to have its say compared to Rahu. You know why? If you don't know, please refer introduction section. Unless you go through that, you will not be able to appreciate the entire discussion here. Okay. So June and July, Ketu is going to have its say. So as Rahu and Ketu are 2 sides of the same coin, if Ketu is going to have its say, it means Rahu will take a back seat. Simple. So if you recall, I shared with you in my Rahu's transit video that Rahu wanted your focus to be in the area of that Moksha Trikona, remember? And where you were supposed to work hard to transform yourself. Yeah. So now in the first 2 months, June and July, Ketu is saying, no, I will decide where your focus should be. So does that mean your focus will not be on transformation? But I thought that transformation is a good thing for us to have our focus on. And if Ketu is saying, no, I'll not let Rahu dictate terms, I'll decide where your focus should be. What does that mean? If transformation is good, then we should be happy with Rahu's way. See, your dilemma is between 2 and 8 axis. Because for you, Cancer, Leo is 2nd house. Ketu is in 2nd house and Rahu is in 8th house. So you are in this dilemma of 2nd and 8. Simple. And if Rahu is not able to come to the fore, Ketu is dictating turn, it doesn't mean that Ketu inherently is a spiritual planet. It's a moksha karaka. Transformation is a subset of moksha. Unless you transform yourself, how can you achieve the bigger aim? Right? So the thing is, the broader objective is same for Rahu and Ketu in this case. Because in this case, Rahu's focus is also on transformation. So from that aspect, I'm saying the broader objective in this case is same. Still, Ketu's, but the ways to achieve the objectives are different. You with me? Rahu will say, put more focus on transforming yourself. This is Rahu saying. If Rahu is focusing, letting you focus on transformation, Rahu is saying, put more focus on transforming yourself. But in my way. And what are Rahu's ways? Rahu's ways are not only illusionary. Rahu will tell you to build your network. Illusionary ways. But also the Rahu's ways are downward. Your senses will go downward. I hope you understand. And Ketu, if we talk about Ketu, Ketu will say, I want you to transform yourself, just like Rahu is saying. But in my ways, what are Ketu's ways? Ketu's ways are tough to follow, very tough to follow. You know, because Ketu's ways are more about solitude. However, tough to follow. These are upward. Our consciousness rises. Yeah. So, in the first 2 months, you are going to follow the path of Ketu. Wow. Great. So, will it work smoothly? The question is, will it work smoothly? See, Mars is going to enter the sign of Leo on 8th of June. So, till about 28th of July. So June, July broadly. When Mars is with Ketu, Ketu will not be at its natural best. A lot of its energy will go towards managing Mars. Right? Though versus Rahu, it is having an upper edge in these 2 months. But then because of Mars, though you are in that direction of transforming yourself through Ketu's ways, there will be aggression. The way you behave with people, it will not be very calm and amicable for others. And that will bring a lot of frictions in the relationships. And do you realize, actually, that is becoming a means for you to achieve Ketu's objective? You know, when you are actually done with everybody, for whatever reason, you're done with everybody. When you feel all the doors are closed, I don't like to talk to anybody. Nobody is giving me that kind of time. Nobody is valuing my opinion. You know, I am just done. That is the time you start to think about spirituality. So actually, that becomes a blessing in disguise. So Mars actually coming to Leo is going to help you in that way. But if you don't like to undergo that path, rather you are conscious about it now and you feel, no, I don't want to come to spirituality after undergoing all these experiences. Let me be conscious about it right now. Let me start it right away. Then you have that golden 18 days period, 19th of May till 7th of June, before Mars is entering into Leo. Use that period, cultivate that habit, follow Ketu's path, right? And cultivate that habit of transforming yourself in Ketu's way. And you know Ketu's way? Spirituality, that is Ketu's way. But for you to follow that, you have to do mantras, right? You have to do your puja. So do that. Even before Mars, use that 18 days period. Okay, so far so good. Now moving to the next second 2 months, second lot. We had covered June, July so far. How about August and September? You know by now that through intro portion, in this lot, in this phase, Rahu is going to have its own say. Correct? So by default, your focus will shift, as I mentioned in my Rahu's transit video. Absolutely. That Dharma Trikona. So you will try hard to transform yourself in Rahu's ways, right? Transformation in Rahu's ways. And you know by now, what is that? Okay. But the thing is, the catch in these 2 months is that mid-August to mid-September, Sun is in Leo. Sun will be transiting Leo. Sun will be with Ketu. While Rahu is definitely winning between Rahu and Ketu, that battle. But when Ketu will get the association of Sun, then Sun will also give you a prompt. It will give its own color to that transformation journey. And Sun is all about solitude. Right? Sun definitely will give you its own color. Here comes the Parampara magic. The results of Sun will not only come from Sun, but also from Mars. That's the lineage magic. So the confrontation will come. Though Sun will definitely give you that kind of solitude attitude and will not Rahu's get it successful completely. Rahu's focus of transformation for you was that it cannot be done alone. You have to have community. You have to discuss spiritualism with your network. You have to build your social circle. Discuss with them. I follow this. What do you follow? Let's catch up on dinner and talk about spirituality. But the discussion will completely take a different route altogether. That is Rahu way of transforming you. Completely illusionary and downward. But when Sun is with Ketu during mid-September to mid-August to mid-September, it will show its own color. It will not get you swayed that easily. But because that results are coming also through Mars, the conflicts in relationship will be there. And that will again help work in your favor. Because once you are done with everybody, you will go to transformation. But in these 2 months, it is not like the earlier lot of 2 months, June, July. August, September is all about Rahu. So that tussle will continue to happen for you. It will not be an easy battle. That tussle of 2nd and 8th axis will continue to happen. Okay, and the last leg of September, mid-September to end September, when Venus and Mercury are there in Leo, Sun has moved out of Leo. I mean, that is completely the domain of Rahu. I mean, I will say, even the transformation may take a backseat at that point in time. The focus will purely shift towards money making. Why? Because Venus and Mercury, Rajasic planet, will be transiting in 2nd house for Cancer ascendant, right? Under the influence of Rahu, 7th axis, 7th aspect. Money making, Rajasic planet, Venus specifically, Mercury, that Dikpal of Kubera. So your focus will even come outside the purview of Rahu, I will say. They will have their own way of making you think. Okay. So quite interesting this August and September for you. Now October, November, the last leg. As I mentioned in my intro section, this is complete anarchy. Rahu will rise. Because barring 10 days of this October, when Venus is still in Leo, Mercury had moved out by then. After 10th October, even Venus will move out. Jupiter anyways in Cancer, not aspecting Rahu by Graha Drishti. Rahu will have its free area to play. Complete anarchy. You will absolutely follow Rahu's focus area. So whatever I mentioned in my Rahu's transit video, that will hold good. Now, after going through these 3 lots of 2 months each, how about knowing specifically, from Ketu's transit perspective, how about these 6 months in totality, purely from Ketu's transit? Caution. I'll begin with caution. Ketu is again in Maranasthana, right? So it will give you that kind of fallacy that, okay, I need to actually build a lot of community visibility. So from that aspect, you are following Rahu. When Ketu is in Marana, Rahu is stronger. So, but specifically from Ketu's Marana perspective, you will actually neglect your family. That's a big caution. Now that you know, you can be conscious to put a bit more focus on your family and not get swayed by the desires of Rahu. Yeah. Okay. Is there any other caution? Well, the other caution is that Ketu can actually disengage you with your community in a very unique way. It can cloud your mind in such a way that there will be misunderstanding between your thoughts and your words. People will not be able to appreciate your words the way you are intending it for them to comprehend. So that will lead to conflicts. Okay. Any obstacles? Is there any area where Ketu can bring obstacles in your life? Yes, my friend. And those obstacles will come from your secret activities. Remember, now you know the period specifically also. But now I'm talking about at a broader level, 6 months. While you do have the visibility of the period when the secret activity can trouble you and when you give in to those secret activities. So those secret activities actually can make you lose your loved ones also. Very, very grave thing I'm saying. But yes, there can be possibility. Because if you actually give in to the secret activities and if there is no transparency in the relationship and if your loved ones get to know about those, then there can be a loss. Okay, just think about it. Any caution? See, let me be very specific about the period from August to October 2025. When you will be extremely passionate, that sensuality level will be very, very high. So my caution to you, please be super vigilant in that period. Otherwise, you will actually be in a soup. Okay? Recommendation. On the similar lines, you need to be absolutely transparent in your communication. Please get rid of the secrecy. If you are transparent in your communication, then you can handhold Ketu. And then it will be good for your relationship. It will be good for your peace of mind. You will not feel lonely. All right. Any good for you? If you notice, I am talking about good at the end. But generally I start my video with something good. Like I did in my Jupiter's transit video. I am doing Ketu's transit. Everything is in reverse. And unless I make myself in synchronization with Ketu, how can I get support from Ketu? And I need support from Ketu in this Ketu's transit video. So, therefore, I am talking about good at the end. Anything good happened to your life because of Ketu's transit? Yes, my friend. The first thing is that you will have good potential to earn money and in the domain of property. That's a very good thing. Now you need to think deeper. I'm not building further onto this. Now you are self-sufficient, going through a lot of videos. And how can you utilize this knowledge and build further onto that? Okay. Anything else? Yes, my friend. The other good thing, that you will draw a lot of attention from people. And you will be popular. Now, it has a different connotation also. Getting a lot of attention and becoming popular is a very good thing. But if you give in to that, it can become very dangerous. Right? So as long as it is good, you're hand-holding Ketu. Fantastic. Enjoy your popularity. Okay? Any recommendation to you? Well, you may experience that you are actually not very conscious about your eating. You're eating at irregular intervals. You're quite erratic when it comes to food. Either because you are thinking about that loved one, that lack of transparency has caused some gaps. Somehow it has impacted your eating habits. So I like to tell you, eat for living. Don't live for eating. Clear? So if you want to come out of it, be transparent. Okay. All right. Any recommendation? Yeah. My recommendation was basically on the eating sphere. Okay. Any secret to activate Ketu? Generic remedy will be towards the end of the video, but specific secret thing for Cancer ascendant people, which can actually activate Ketu, and then you should be able to manage this balance of 2 and 8 axis quite comfortably, quite easily. So for you, the secret thing is when it comes to working, it is in your work sphere. How about people who are not working? Well, if you are a homemaker, if you work from home, right? Regardless, whatever you do, that becomes your work sphere. So in your work sphere, specifically those who are working, who talk to different people, who go out, Even if you're working from home, you talk to people on telephone, on social media, communicate with them. If you're formal in your communication with your colleagues, great. You're making Ketu happy. The moment you become informal with your colleagues, with your work partners, you are getting into that dangerous territory. So the secret thing for you to be with Ketu is to be with the way you need to work with your work colleagues in an absolute formal way. Okay? So that was my analysis for Cancer ascendant. Let's move to Leo ascendant. So this Ketu's transit, which is going to take place on 19th of May 2025, it will be for 18 months in totality. But I am covering 6 months of period till November. And in the first lot of 2 months, which is June and July, Ketu is going to have its say. And if you are not able to understand what I'm saying, kindly go to intersection. Only after that, you'll be able to appreciate the entire analysis. So Ketu is going to have its say in the first 2 months, June and July. So as Rahu and Ketu are two sides of the same coin, so Rahu will not have its say. So Rahu's focus area will also not prevail. And if you recall, I mentioned for you in my Rahu's transit video that Rahu will actually make you focus on Kama, that kind of trikona, right? And your focus actually will be on getting married, not to just getting into any flimsy relationships. Yeah, your focus is to get married, and Rahu actually is going to help you in that regard. That was a focus area given to you by Rahu. But in June and July, when I'm saying that Ketu is going to have its say, it means Rahu's focus area will not flourish. As simple as that. Because Ketu is sitting in your Lagna itself. Rahu is in 7th house. And if Rahu's motives, Rahu focus area is not going to be successful, then Ketu's focus area will going to be successful. Now the question is, what is that? You're going to follow Ketu. In what way you're going to follow Ketu? Now, Ketu actually, when it comes in Lagna, right, it prompts you to actually go in its path in a very unique way. It tells you, okay, disassociate with the entire world and go towards moksha, which is absolutely against getting social. But Ketu also promotes marriage in a very unique way. It will tell you, okay, I am okay for you to get married as long as you realize first who you are. So you need to actually do some sort of spiritual activities. You realize who you are. That self-realization has to be there. And second, you absolutely are aware about the purpose of marriage. Why are you doing marriage? Are you only doing marriage to satiate your senses? Or you have a bigger purpose of getting married? To think about your clan? So if you meet these two requirements of Ketu, then it says, okay, thumbs up from my side. So June and July is that phase when Rahu will not get successful in pulling you towards its motive, but Ketu is pulling you towards its path. You understood that. Now, how will it happen? So for this to happen, you have to satisfy Ketu's requirement. I told you these two requirements. Once you satisfy, then you can actually also get married, which actually Rahu also wanted. But now the paths are different. So that's how it can happen in these 2 months. What will be the outcome? Will you like it? So the thing is, ideally, if you are following Ketu's path, between Rahu and Ketu we always prefer. But in June and July, Mars is also transiting. From 8th of June, Mars will be in Leo. It will be there till 28th of July, basically till July end. So Mars and Ketu is not going to have a great experience in the company of Mars. It will consume a lot of energies in grappling with Mars fire. It will not like that, right? So that will bring a lot of confusion, a lot of indecisiveness. You'll not be able to take actually a call as far as your partner is concerned. You'll be confused. That is the kind of experience Mars will bring along with it. So while you were happy, okay, Ketu is now blessed me, I fulfilled those two requirements. Now, Rahu anyways was favoring me to get married. But now Mars is causing this confusion. So when it comes to relationship, you will not be able to decide what to do, with whom to go, whom to say yes, whom to say no. What if I say yes to this person, tomorrow this person may change its color. People change color sometimes, things are not in our favor. So those kind of situations may emerge. Okay. However, at a deeper level, you like to get into those activities which can take you towards emancipation. That's a very nice thing to know. That's very, very important for you, my friend. Okay. Now, is there a golden period? Yes. 19th of May till 7th of June, those 18 days is that Jyotish marvel, that golden period, which actually you can use. That is the time when Mars has not yet entered Leo, remember? And you are purely with Ketu. So then you can actually start your engagement with people and actually can reach to a conclusion. Utilize that period. Spend more time in knowing other person. Build relationship for a better purpose, for the purpose of getting married through Ketu's way. Okay, good. Now moving forward to the next lot. First 2 months, June, July, August and September. Now through interportion that Rahu is going to have its say during this period. Absolutely, Rahu will say, I will let you follow my way. Your focus is definitely where I want you to be. There's no second thought about it. So your focus is on Kama Bhava and you're searching for your soulmate. You want to get married and Rahu is favoring you. That's your focus area. Okay, so far so good. But the thing is, now Ketu has moved from Sun's nakshatra to Venus nakshatra. And Ketu and Venus do not get along very well. Right? Ketu is impacting Venus. Venus is the Karaka for relationships, so to say. So there can be a possibility, though Rahu is kind of promoting you to build relationship, to get into relationship. Ketu will cause rift, confusion, frictions, because Ketu is in Venus nakshatra. And not only that, mid-August till mid-September, Sun will transit sign Leo. And Sun and Ketu, though Ketu likes to be in the company of Sun, but the motive becomes different. It is completely contrary to the motive of Rahu. Sun will say, my child, wait, think about spirituality. There's a lot of time for all these things. Stay alone. Why do you need company? Right? So again, there's a confusion coming into you. Your head will again be confused. And on top of that, from mid-September till end September, Sun will be out of Leo. Mercury and Venus will be there. Not only Ketu is in Venus nakshatra, Venus will be with Ketu. Oh my goodness. Utter confusion. You are building a relationship with different people to get married. But the thing is, this friction of Ketu and Venus, that Karaka itself is getting so much of a hit that it is not giving you that decisive power, decisive capability. It is not working with anybody. How to decide? Such a dilemma. And now if we move to the next last lot, after September, October and November, when only in the initial 10 days Venus is in Leo, after that Venus will move out, Mercury will move out, right? And though Ketu will continue to be in Venus nakshatra, but then Jupiter is not aspecting Rahu. Rahu will have its full play. Rahu will rise. Then Rahu will not leave you. Rahu will say, come with me. Come with me. I'll show you how the world looks. I'll show you how to build relationships. And that is the time when your focus can also get swayed a bit. So be very, very cautious. Okay. So this is how these 2 months will play. Okay. But in the last 2 months, as I briefly mentioned, Rahu will rise and your focus may also shift from getting married to just experience enjoyment. You may also get into the desires of Rahu. So be very, very cautious in the last 2 months. Specifically in the initial days when Venus is also in Leo, first half of October. Okay. Now, this was 3 lots. Now, if I speak about Ketu's transits results per se for the entire 6 months as a lot, what will that be? Obstacle. Will there be any obstacles in your life? Well, the biggest obstacle which you will feel, not only in the area of relationship, but in every sphere of life, you will not be able to take a judgment. The capability to decide among options, among alternatives, will take a hit. That may prompt you to make mistakes. If the decisions are not right, obviously they can make mistakes. Mistakes can happen. So think twice, think thrice before taking any important decision, just to avoid mistakes. That is the recommendation. All right. Any other obstacle? Yes, my friend. You need to be cautious about your health, right? Go and get a full body health checkup done if you're not done already. There's no harm. It is just to be pragmatic and conscious about our own life and be accountable, taking a proactive measure. It is nothing to get disheartened about, right? All right. Anything good? See, I'm talking about good towards the end of the video, because this is Ketu's transit video. Everything is in reverse. So I'm trying to be aligned myself with Ketu so that Ketu supports me. And I need Ketu support for this video. I'm talking about Ketu's transit. So anything good that can happen in your life through Ketu's transit in these 6 months? Yes, my friend. Ketu is going to help you in strengthening your relationship at home. So you will experience that indecisiveness, that miscommunication, those kind of problem will be relatively much lesser when it comes to your relationship at home, because Ketu is blessing you in that area. That is a good thing to know. Yeah, fantastic. Anything else? Well, I told you one thing earlier, but let me repeat that because this is a very good thing. You do have a support from Ketu to go ahead and get married, right? Provided you satisfy Ketu's condition. The marriage should not be happening merely for getting sensual pleasures, but also the purpose of marriage should be higher from the perspective of clan, right? Okay. Is there a secret to activate Ketu? Gender remedy will be towards the end of the video as usual. But for your ascendant specifically, my Leo friend, is there a secret through which you can activate Ketu and be with Ketu so that the battle, the tussle between this 1-7 axis gets minimized? Yes. For you, the secret lies with the Guru. Stay in the vicinity of Guru. Follow the guidelines of Guru. Do service to Guru. The more you do that, automatically the blessings of Guru will come, and then situations will become such that you will be hand-holding Ketu more. And that's what we want actually. So that was my analysis for Leo ascendant. Let's move to Virgo ascendant. All right. So my friend, Virgo, the way I'm going to structure this is basically from 19th of May, Ketu is transiting Leo for the next 18 months, 18 days, so to say. But this video is for 6 months till November, 19th of May till November. And I've segregated the 6 months in 3 lots, 2 months each. The first 2 months, between Rahu and Ketu, Rahu is going to have its say. Why? Please go through intro portion. Unless you go through intro portion, you will not be able to understand this analysis. So June, July, Ketu will have its say. And Rahu, Ketu are 2 sides of the same coin. Rahu will not have its say, right? Simple logic. And if you recall my Rahu's transit video for Virgo ascendant, I did mention that your Rahu will prompt your focus towards work. Remember? So you will think more and more about your work, specifically how to flourish in the job. And that Rahu will tell you that it is a good time for you to go ahead in this direction. Remember that? That is Rahu's focus. But in June and July, if Ketu, between Rahu and Ketu, Ketu is saying, no, in this period, I will decide your focus area. It will be as per my desire, not as per Rahu's desire. So you will be in the dilemma. See, Ketu is in your 6th house. Ketu is in your 12th house. Apologies. Rahu is in 6th house. right? So you are struggling between 6 and 12 axis. So in June and July, your focus will actually shift towards meditation, contemplation. That will be your focus area. It will not be absolutely in the work, in that kind of sphere. No, towards Ketu. Because Ketu has a say and Rahu doesn't have say in these 2 months. So rather than taking action in the work sphere, you will actually be in a contemplative mode, meditative mode, which is not very good for work. So work will take a backseat in these 2 months. Whereas you wanted to get into a full throttle mode, to make the best possible use of those opportunities, but it will take a backseat. But your inner self is growing. So if something is not growing, something else is growing. Your inner strength is growing, which is a very good thing. A very, very good thing, that energy can be conserved and can be utilized in the best possible way for work area later, when Rahu focus will flourish. Okay? But in these 2 months, while you wanted to build your career, somehow you will feel that you're lacking focus a bit. You're getting contemplative. You're thinking about it. How will I build my career? Though the opportunities might be there, but you're more in the contemplative mode. Okay. Will it work smoothly? See, it would have, because you're following Ketu. It would have. But because Mars is going to enter sign Leo, on 8th of June, Mars is going to enter the sign Leo, and it will stay there till 28th of July end broadly. So Mars will be in your 12th house. You will experience high level of passion and energies, right? And 12th house, you understand, is the house also for bed pleasures. So your energies will go towards that area a bit. 12th house is also the house of meditation. And for that, you also need power, energy, that fire. So if you are able to channelize that energy of Mars in that sphere, I'm not saying you start thinking and trying to rise your Kundalini. That is too technical, too complicated. Generative meditation. If you can channelize that energy in that sphere, nothing like it. Nothing like it. Fantastic and fabulous. But otherwise, if you channelize that energy towards bed pleasure, etc., then there will be disharmony. You will not be able to get that satisfaction from your partner. Your partner may not have that kind of passion in his or her demeanor. There can be a possibility, right? Unless the partner is also Virgo Lagna or some other factors are there. So that can bring some challenges in the relationship, right? And if the relationships are not that smooth, then that can impact your mindset, and that can impact your following Ketu's path, your focus area. Okay, so the Mars coming in Leo can have its own repercussions. But the Jyotish marvel, 19th of May till 7th of June, before Mars enters Leo, you have this 18 days of window. You can utilize this 18 days of window to your advantage. So you can not only prioritize your work, you can also think about having a couple of outings with your partners. But the most important, you can prioritize your work the way Ketu desires. Because remember, even in these 18 days, it is Ketu's way. Ketu is going to dictate which path you're going to follow. So in that vicinity, you have to prioritize your work. At least you will not be under that fierce passion and fierce Agni of Mars. Okay, moving forward to the next 2 months. We're done with June and July, August, September. This is the period when Rahu is going to have its say. And your focus, Rahu will pull your focus back to work. That's a good thing. That's what you wanted. Focus will be on the 6th house back. Wow. So now the energies which you have conserved through Ketu's focus in the first 2 months, you have that inner strength available with you. If you're able to channelize the passion of Mars also, even more strength you had collected. Utilize that to work area. Be more creative, be more active, be more passionate in work, and get more success. How nice. So those 2 months are not wasted. Mind you, you have enough time to reclaim that period with enhanced energy and power. Okay. Now, in August and September, the peculiar thing is happening. Sun will be in Leo mid-August to mid-September with Ketu. Now, remember, your Virgo ascendant, Sun is in your 12th house acting as Marana, MKS. So this is going to have a subtle impact on your work unless we evaluate it further, which I'm not going to do in this kind of video. So be cautious that you either do some worship of Sun, just pacify Sun so that you don't have any negative implication coming from Sun at your workplace. That is the hint I can give you. From mid-September to end September, Sun will go out of Leo to Virgo, but Venus and Mercury will be in Leo with Ketu. Now the thing is, Rahu anyways was having to go its own way, focus on work, etc. But now with Venus in Rahu's radar, 7th Drishti or Venus, and more important than that, Venus being in your 12th house, Venus gets exalted in natural Kal Purush Kundali 12th house Pisces. So Venus is acting as being exalted in your 12th house in Leo. Though it is feeling combust in the sign of Leo, that is a good thing to have. Still, as a Kal Purush principle, 12th house, Venus feeling exalted, plus it is with another Rajas Graha, Mercury. So the thoughts, focus is on work, but Rahu can bring the desires through Venus. I like to be in close proximity with somebody at workplace. So those kind of desires can come. 12th house related desires. I want to take somebody to bed from my work, from a friend to bed. That kind of thing can work. Okay. Now moving forward to the last lot, October, November. You know through intro portion that this is the period when Rahu is going to rise. Complete anarchy. Because Jupiter is not having Drishti from Gemini on Rahu, right? Ketu is again in Venus Nakshatra. So it's absolutely Rahu's domain. The way Rahu desires, it will make you sway to its tunes, right? So first 10 days when Venus is in Leo, Ketu being in Leo, Venus being in Leo and Ketu being in Venus Nakshatra. Under Rahu's Drishti, Rahu will have his Drishti on Venus also till 10th of October when Venus is in Leo. So be very, very careful about your desires, as I mentioned earlier. First 15 days of October also. Even after that, when Venus goes out of Leo, still you will be under the radar of Rahu. So please undergo that Rahu's transit video just to get more understanding how this period will play vis-a-vis Rahu's transit results. Okay, because Ketu will take a backseat in these 2 months. Rahu will take the precedence. Okay, this is about Rahu and Ketu battle vis-a-vis 2 months lot. Now, because this is a Ketu's transit video specifically, let me talk about the entire 6 months period and tell you the results, broad results from Ketu's transit's perspective purely. What will be the caution I'll give you? The first caution I'll give you that there will be some challenges and conflicts with your partner. Please be very, very cautious. And I've given you a subtle hint why it could be. If your inclination is going somewhere else, then that can cause some disturbances in your relationships with your partner, naturally. Any other caution? Well, Ketu can actually hit you at a place. You need to be very, very cautious about your properties. Otherwise, there can be a situation that you can incur some losses. So be very sure, be very vigilant in all your dealings with respect to the properties. Okay? All right. Any recommendation? So recommendation, I'm taking clue from the desires area. So kindly ensure that you're spending on the right places. Don't spend on such places where Rahu is pulling you in the name of work. Okay, your focus is work, but you can go with this person on dinner. Don't incur such kind of spend, right? Otherwise, finance can take a back seat. Okay. Any further obstacle which you can feel? I indicated a bit. I think I didn't indicate for you so far. So it can come from your workplace as a result of miscommunication. So if you're thinking something else about a person, after hours, I can go with that person like that. So you may not be able to portray your thoughts in the right way. So that can lead to miscommunication even with that person or those people also. So please be mindful. Anything good? Yes, they will be good. And I'm talking about good towards the end of the video. I'm calling it out specifically so that you understand how transit works. Because Ketu is retrograde. And I want to get the blessings of Ketu because I'm talking about Ketu. So I'm trying to be in synchronization with Ketu. So this thing which I usually start with the beginning, I'm taking it to the end of the video. So anything good that can happen with you, my friend? Yes. You're going to get a lot of attention, specifically from the opposite sex. Now, is it a good thing or not so good thing to happen? Because it can also has its own complications. But yeah, you are going to enjoy that attention. So it's a good thing for you. Any recommendation? It is important. It is recommended. You plan 1 or 2 outings with your partner. Go out. Long distance outings, foreign outings. Spend some time with the partners. Not only it will stabilize the relationship, but also you will be slightly away from your work, which is basically Rahu's domain also. Rahu's pushing you. You'll get a breather, some break. That will actually bring a lot of balance in your life. Okay? Take a break and spend time with your partner. All right. Any secret to activate Ketu? Though there will be a generic remedy towards the end of the video, as usual. Any specific secret remedy for Virgo ascendant to activate Ketu so that you cannot get swayed under the influence of Rahu all the time but can handhold Ketu when you desire? That secret remedy for Ketu specifically is, till the time you are absolutely formal in your relationship with your colleagues, Ketu will like it. The moment you turn that into an affair, then Ketu will not like it. So keep that in mind. So that was my analysis for Virgo ascendant. Let's move forward to Libra ascendant. So my friends, this transit is for 18 months, but I am covering 6 months till November, from 19th of May till November. And I'm dividing this 6 months into 3 parts, 2 months each. The first 2 months, which is June and July. So those 2 months basically, between Rahu and Ketu is going to have its say. If you are not aware what I'm saying all this, kindly go to intro section. Unless you go through that, you will not be able to understand the entire analysis, right? So June and July, Ketu is going to have its say. So it means Rahu will not be able to flourish. Rahu will not be able to have its say because Rahu and Ketu are nothing but the 2 sides of the same coin. If one is going to have its say, the other cannot. So what was Rahu's focus area for you? As I mentioned in my Rahu's transit video, Rahu wanted you to focus, or Rahu was giving a focus area for you on the learning and knowledge fair. Recall that? So it was telling you that you, with the help of support, will actually put a lot of focus in the area of learning. You'll build on your knowledge. But when Ketu is saying, no, in June, July, you will do what I like you to do. Does that mean you will not be able to learn? But I thought it is a good thing for you to learn. If it is a good thing, then why Ketu is saying, no, I'll not let you do good thing? That's a good question to ask. So for Libra ascendant people, Ketu is in 11th house, Rahu is in 5th house. It's a battle between 5th and 11th axis. Yeah. So when Ketu is saying, no, I'll not let you focus on the learning. Rather, Ketu will say, I ensure that you put focus on money making in these first 2 months. Though Ketu is a very spiritual planet, why is it saying money making? It is not a Rajasic planet at all. Just because it is in 11th house, it will prompt you to go for money. No, that's not the reason. The reason is, Rahu says, when it talks about the focus, it says, I'll push you to improve yourself. I'll push you to improve yourself by gaining knowledge. That is what Rahu says. And Ketu says, I'll push you to apply that knowledge and earn money. So Ketu is also after that knowledge, but the knowledge flavor is different. Ketu is more about spirituality, meditation. So Ketu is saying, do good to others, first you realize yourself, that kind of knowledge. You have your own self-awareness, right? And when you are feeling at peace with yourself, you will do good actions, your thoughts are good. And then obviously, using those qualities, those capabilities, those skill set, you earn money in the right way. I'm not against you earning money, because if Ketu is against you earning money, it can backfire. At different junctures, Ketu as a malefic graha, sometimes it can be absolutely against you making money when it not favorably posited. Okay? All right. But you need to pacify Ketu. You need to satisfy those conditions given by Ketu to earn money. Otherwise, Ketu will not favor you to earn money till the time you qualify those conditions. Okay, so far so good. Now, will it work smoothly? It will. Well, for some ascendants, it is not working smoothly. But for you, I am saying it will, because, see, from 8th of June, Mars is going to enter Leo. And it will be there till 28th of June, 20th of July, excuse me. So Mars and Ketu do not go along well that easily. Ketu doesn't like to be in the vicinity of a Tamasic Graha, right? But for Libra ascendant people, Mars is in 11th house, where it will have a lot of strength. Trishadaya houses, Mars gains strength, very simple principle. So rather than acting against Ketu objective of earning money and using that kind of Ketu's path of gaining that knowledge, Mars being in Agni Graha, it will help you to give that focus, to give that strength and enthusiasm, which will actually help you to follow that path. You will put more focus on realizing yourself. Maybe you can study Jyotish. Mars is absolutely in favor of people studying Jyotish. It also promotes you in different activities in occult sciences, but Jyotish is also one of the areas which it's prosper. And Jyotish is also a wonderful way for you to know more about yourself, right? And any such activities which the knowledge area, it will also push for you to gain more knowledge, to get to know more about yourself, be more vigilant about yourself, following Ketu's path. Because Ketu is going to have a say in these 2 months. Okay. So far so good. But Mars has its own complications. Fiery planet. With Ketu doesn't go along very well. So your language will take a backseat. Specifically, may not be language in your case specifically, yeah, because you are a Libra ascendant person, but in your entire behavior, that energy will come while Ketu would like more you to be subtle, grounded. With Mars conjunction, you cannot be reflective. You will not be reflecting those subtle behavior, kind of a bit more aggressive, which Ketu may not appreciate. So if you want to avoid these things, then you can use that golden phase of 18 days when Mars has not yet entered the sign Leo, which is basically 19th of May, when actually the transit is going to happen till 7th of June. So if you utilize that to enhance your knowledge, it will actually reflect in your behavior in a very nice and amicable way. Great. Moving forward to the second part, August and September. And you know through intro portion that in this part, Rahu will have its own say. It will not let Ketu dictate its own term. So the focus will be back to the way Rahu wants you to expand your knowledge and learning. Your well-wisher will play a key part. You can actually go back and listen to Rahu's transit just to brush up Rahu's focus area, right, in detail. And also remember that Ketu by now, in this next 2 months, August and September, has also moved from the nakshatra of Sun to the nakshatra of Venus, which is making Ketu even feeble. So Rahu has again its own say. But mid-August to mid-September, Sun is going to enter Leo. And with Ketu and Sun, they are a good network of friends. Ketu likes to be in the vicinity of Sun. The good thing is, though Rahu's focus is on learning and knowledge, and Sun promotes that, but Sun will definitely color you in the way Sun likes you to gain some knowledge. Because Rahu's focus, howsoever be in the good direction, it will have its own illusions. It may drag you to the area of technology and science in the name of getting knowledge, and can flip your website to something else. And while you had 2 hours, In 15 minutes, you were actually very focused. And next 1 hour, 45 minutes, your focus were completely in a different zone, which can accentuate your senses. But in the name of building knowledge. But when Sun is with Ketu, 15th August to 15th September, Sun will not let that happen. Sun will not let you astray from your path. Sun will say, no, this is my child. He or she cannot stray away from his path. I will ensure that knowledge means right knowledge. That is a good thing to happen. But when Sun will move out of Leo to Virgo, mid-September to end September, we are covering August and September, mid-September to August, end September. Venus and Mercury will be in Leo at that time with Ketu under the radar and influence of 7th Dishti from Rahu. That is a tricky period. You will desire not for that kind of knowledge. You will feel, okay, Rahu's ways of getting knowledge. Let the work finish. I'll go out with those people. Late night parties. We'll talk about different aspects. We'll get to know more. We'll enhance our knowledge. That kind of knowledge, Rahu's ways of knowledge, in the vicinity of Venus. Late night parties, late night fun. And you know what kind of knowledge you can get and how much, right? Okay. Moving to the last part, October and November, when you know that this is the phase when Rahu is going to have its own play, completely solo player. Anarchy. Rahu will rise. Till 10th of October, Venus will be in the sign of Leo. Even more complications. Ketu will continue to be in Venus Nakshatra. Not that great. Everything is promoting Rahu to have its own free play. So be a bit more cautious. As long as you are in Rahu's focus area, learning and gaining knowledge, fantastic. Do not get swayed that in the name of getting knowledge, Rahu has its own tactics. Just be cautious from those tactics. Okay. Now, as I am covering Ketu's transit, this I covered in a specific way just to ensure that what time is holding what for us. Now, if I cover the entire phase of 6 months from 19th of May till November end, purely from Ketu's perspective, very quickly, can Ketu bring some obstacles for you in your life? Yes. Ketu can bring some fake foreign proposals. Right? So my recommendations, do not trust blindly on foreign proposals. Evaluate them, then take those decisions. Very careful. That is important for you to know. Can there be something good happen? Let me call it out specifically as I'm doing. I'm talking about good towards the end of the video because this is Ketu's transit. Ketu is retrograde in motion. And I want the support of Ketu because I'm making video on Ketu. So I need to be reversed in my actions also. So the thing which I actually start first in my video, I'm talking about that towards the end of the video, just to be in synchronization with Ketu. So will there be something good happening in your life because of Ketu's transit? Yes, my friend. You can expect to have some gains from property. And it is a very, very good thing. Ketu is blessing you. Now you think more about it. How you can utilize this knowledge in different ways. How you can invest in property. Be very, very cautious about your decision. Take accountabilities. But still, now that you know, you can utilize this knowledge in multiple ways. Anything else? Yes, my friend, there's another good thing happening for you through Ketu. Ketu will say, okay, I help you to have wealth. And that is the reason I initially mentioned. It is not always when Ketu merely being in the 11th house can help you generate wealth. No. In your case, the combinations are such that Ketu is blessing you with wealth. That's a good thing happening with you. So good to know. Any caution? While the good thing was that you can have some benefit from properties, specifically from built-up properties, there can be an imminent danger that you can incur losses. It's a very peculiar thing. I'm saying good and also I'm qualifying that good. Yes, I want to ensure and impress upon you that while there's a potential for you to earn money from that front, you need to be really cautious and think multiple times before taking any decision. Even if you would like to take some consultation of an expert person in that regard, go for that. Okay. Any secret to activate Ketu? Not a generic remedy, that will be towards the end of the video. Any secret specifically for Libra ascendant people to activate Ketu? Well, if you do that, then you'll be able to handhold Ketu and not be swaying away in the whims and fancies of Rahu all the time. It's a good thing to have. So for you, the secret lies in strong relationship with your families and with your family and with your partner. If you're able to maintain that strong relationship with them, then Ketu will be happy with you. All right. So that was my analysis for Libra ascendant. Moving to Scorpio ascendant. So this entire transit is basically for 18 months, 19th of May 2025 till the next 18 months. Ketu will be transiting the sign of Leo. This video I'm covering 6 months from 19th of May till November end. And I'm dividing these 6 months in 3 lots, 3 parts, 2 months each. The first 2 months, June and July, between Rahu and Ketu, Ketu is going to have its say. Why that? Why all this? Please go to intro if you have not gone through that yet. Unless you go through intro portion, you will not be able to understand this entire analysis. Okay, it's a small few minutes of intro. Now, June, July, Ketu will have its own say. And as I use the analogy, Ketu and Rahu are 2 parts of a same coin. So then if Ketu is having its own say, Rahu will not be able to flourish. So what was Rahu's focus area? If you recall, I told you in my Rahu's transit video that Rahu is giving you focus towards moksha shrines. Remember? So, and how you are going to achieve that? By staying at home, right? So if Ketu is going to have its own say in June and July, what does that mean? So for Scorpio ascendant, where is Ketu? Ketu is in 10th house and Rahu is in 4th house. So it's a battle of 4 and 10 for you. That seesaw you will have to face. All right. And now that you know in June and July, Ketu will take the precedence and will force you to follow Ketu's focus area, the way Ketu likes you to follow. And Ketu is sitting in your 10th house. See, does that mean Ketu will force you to follow and go towards work? It is not that straightforward. As we know, Ketu's inherent desire is for you to attain that emancipation. Ketu is moksha karaka. Rahu is bhoga, Ketu is tyaga. Rahu is bhoga, Ketu is tyaga. As simple as that. So it will like you to go towards that work area in a way which is Ketu's way. First you realize yourself and then do all the actions in whatever work you do. That is what Ketu will like you to do. The ways are very, very different. While Rahu will say, put more focus. Rahu says, okay, you put more focus on transforming yourself, because Rahu focus was again moksha train. Remember? But Rahu will say, put more focus on transformation in my way. And what are Rahu ways? Rahu says, illusion. Illusion is my way. Connect with different people. Connectivity, networking. That downward way. Senses go downward. Remember? And I told you in Rahu's transit video that Rahu will say, stay at home. In this transformation phase also, you are supposed to stay at home. But Rahu will say, okay, transform. Not only by gaining knowledge, etc., but stay connected with people. Even by staying at home, Rahu will prompt you to connect with people through social media, networking, phone calls, video calls. And that can go in different directions. How Ketu will say, I want you to get transformed in my ways. Ketu's ways are very tough and rigid. Solitude, not connectivity driven, not networking driven. But it is upward. The senses go upward, not downward. That's a better way. Absolutely better way. And while Rahu was telling you stay at home, still get connected to the world, Ketu will say, focus on work, go out, still be in the contemplative mode, meditative mode, and stay aloof. How amazing, how beautiful. I mean, this is sheer magic. Okay, will it work smoothly? The question is, you're going to follow Ketu's path. Will it work smoothly? See, it would have worked smoothly. But the thing is, Mars is going to enter sign Leo on 8th of June. It will be there till 28th of July. And for Scorpio ascendant people, Mars will be in the 10th house, where it gets the directional strength, Digbal. Mars will feel, I have the power. It is my way or the highway. And Mars is with Ketu. Ketu is not very happy with Mars. Though Ketu is winning the battle vis-a-vis Rahu in ensuring that his Ketu's say will prevail. But with Mars, a lot of energy is getting wasted. You know, how to deal with so much of Agni in 10th house. If you have Ketu and Mars, both are tremendous Agni in 10th house, it will not be easy for you to handle that much of Agni at your workplace. You understand what I mean? It's an art. You have to be really patient enough to let that Agni recede. Otherwise, it can burn not only you, but people around you. The way you speak, the way you behave, the way you bring perspectives, the way you think, the way you show your creativity. A lot of fire. So think about that. Okay. But if you want, no, this Mars thing is really troubling me, right? I want to actually do away with this Mars thing. Then you can utilize the golden 18 days. 19th of May till 7th of June. Till the time Mars entered Leo. Utilize that period. Create a peaceful environment. Focus will be on work as Ketu is having precedence in this 2 months. But without that Agni of Mars, amicable, relatively amicable, I must say. All right. Moving to the next 2 months, which is August and September. As you know, in these 2 months, Rahu is going to have its say. It will not let Ketu prevail. Please go to intro if you're not gone so far. Right? So, and Rahu's focus area, you know, the moksha in its own way. In its own way. Stay at home, get connected to people in its own way. Will it work smoothly? The question is, okay, after all this, you are going to follow Rahu's ways in August and September, but will it work smoothly from your focus perspective and from generic perspective? No doubt you are in Rahu's direction now. But Ketu now will move from Sun's nakshatra to Venus nakshatra. And Ketu will not like that kind of association with Venus. It will have its own complication of handling that Rajasic planet. So that will kind of bring further challenges in this already challenged 10th axis. So your 10th house will be under sort of a turmoil, while Ketu is sitting there in 10th house causing a bit of turmoil anyways, because Ketu is also getting directional strength in 10th house. Now with Venus, it is not very comfortable. It is not at ease. And at the same time, you are following Rahu's focus area. You can imagine the conflicts coming from multiple ways. Okay, I hope you are able to appreciate the kind of perspective. And that's not about it. From mid-August to mid-September, Sun will also transit Leo. Ketu, though, will like to be conjunct with Sun. Given a chance, every planet should be individually alone. But if you have to conjunct with some planet, then Ketu and Sun go along well. You know, the purpose is nice spiritual kind of association. So Rahu also, when it is pulling you, in these 2 months, Rahu is pulling you towards its focus area. So towards moksha, by staying at home, being connected, and then still be in the path of moksha. Sun says, okay, yes, I also follow that kind of path. But Sun will say, no, you're home, that is okay. Don't get connected with so many people. Individual, solitude, stay alone. That will bring confusion. The Sun being in Leo will not get you very social at your workplace. That is the problem. You will not be able to get into different groups. You will feel a bit isolated. Though Rahu will have all the intent to pull you, and Rahu will win the battle from Ketu. But Sun is kind of coming in and disturbing this entire equilibrium. Okay? And then from mid-September to end September, Sun will move out of Leo to Virgo, but Venus and Mercury will join Leo. And they will be with Ketu. Now Venus and Mercury in 10th house, and with having 7th aspect of Rahu, they will not go against Rahu. Rather, they will say, yeah, Let's party together. Let's party along. Let's make some plans. You understand? You will go back to Rahu ways completely. Okay. And how about the last 2 months? October, November. You know that is the domain of Rahu. Complete domain, because Jupiter has moved out from Gemini, not expecting Rahu as a Graha Drishti, 9th aspect. Jupiter would be in Cancer. And Ketu will continue to be in Venus Nakshatra. And only Venus will conjoint Ketu, which is in Rahu's favor, till 10th of October. And after that, that's about it. So Rahu will have full free play. You will sway to the tunes of Rahu, specifically in the first few till mid-October. Even after that, focus will be on Moksha Trikona, no doubt, but in Rahu's way. Yeah, okay. So we've covered two months of 3 parts. Now, 6 months period, which I'm covering for Ketu's transit. Let's talk about Ketu's transit's perspective purely. How those 6 months from 19th of May till November end will be from Ketu's transit perspective. Will there be any obstacles? Yes, there will be. Your own habits may lead to some health challenges. Your own habits, those kind of obstacles will come by Ketu. Ketu will bring in. It will sway your mind in such a way that your habits may not be in your favor as health is concerned. Will there be some good? I always call this out so that you understand Jyotish part of it. I start my transit video, with something good as a first thing for every ascendant. Why I am calling it out towards the end? Because this is Ketu's transit. Ketu's motion is retrograde. And I want to get the support of Ketu. So I want to keep myself in synchronization with Ketu. So I am also moving backward. The thing which I start with earlier, I'm putting the thing towards the end of the video. So good is now. Any good for you, which Ketu's transit will bring? My dear friend, I'm delighted to tell you that you are getting an auto Raj Yoga combination, which will give you not only a lot of money, but also fame. Cheers. All right. Caution. While Ketu is kind of activating that Raj Yoga, Ketu can also impact your built-up properties. So be very, very vigilant. It shouldn't happen that you earn money and then invest in a property and that incur losses. Be very careful and cautious. Okay? Anything else? Any good thing for you? Yes, my friend. And this good thing is one of the amazing thing is going to happen with you. One of the most difficult things to happen in this world, which you are going to experience. Ketu will ensure that you will have that kind of power which will enable you to tame your senses. How difficult is it? And you will have that power. Wow. Amazing. All right. Any recommendation? My recommendation to you, see if you can work from home. That is the focus area of Rahu. But I am saying this while I am explaining the results from Ketu. Now that's one area where both are in sync. Wow! Can that happen? Yes. Because we are only considering Rashi chart where Rahu and Ketu are opposite. There are other divisional charts where they are conjoined. So there are different layers of astrology. Jyotish has such depth. So my recommendation, if you can work from home, it will make you flourish. See if that is possible. Okay. Any secret to activate Ketu? Not a generic level. That remedy will be towards the end of the video. Specifically for Scorpio ascendant friends, any secret through which you can activate Ketu and handhold Ketu and stay away from the vicinity of Rahu all the time. You like to be in association with Ketu more vis-a-vis Rahu, don't you? That secret lies with you. So if you are helpful to others, Ketu will be very pleased with you. So the secret remedy lies in you helping others. Amazing. Yeah. That was my analysis for Scorpio ascendant. Let's move to Sagittarius ascendant. So this entire analysis is not for the entire Ketu's transit duration of 18 months, 18 days. Rather, it is from 19th of May when Ketu is transiting into Leo till next 6 months, a few days, ending November end 2025. And I'm dividing 6 months into 3 parts, 2 months each. First part, June, July, or you may call it 19th of May till 21st of July, or broadly June, July. In these 2 months, between Rahu and Ketu, Ketu will have its say. Rahu and Ketu are two sides of same coin. One of them can have its say. So in these 2 months, Ketu is going to have its say. Why and how? Please refer to the intro portion. Go through that, only then you will be able to appreciate this entire analysis. When Ketu will have its say, Rahu will not be able to push you towards its path. And if you recall, in Rahu's transit video, I told you that your focus, because of Rahu, was on Kamatri trine, Kamatrikona. And what was the purpose? Your purpose was not basically marriage. You wanted to get to the proximity of somebody special, to derive that sensory pleasure. That was the focus of Rahu. And in June and July, Ketu says, no way, I'll let Rahu fulfill its own path. This is my time. I am stronger. And for Sagittarius ascendant, Ketu is in 9th house, Rahu is in 3rd house. Battle of 3 and 9. So Ketu will say, no, in June and July, you will follow my path. You will go towards spirituality. You will go towards the path of knowledge. There will be conflict. Well, Rahu wanted you to enjoy the pleasures of life. Ketu is pushing you towards a different zone altogether. There will be a conflict, super conflict. How will it happen? How will you migrate from this Rahu zone to Ketu's territory? Because the moment 19th May or even before that, Rahu will become super active. It will try to pull you, but Ketu is winning in June and July. How you will move from Rahu to Ketu? Because the moment you start spending outside hours, out of office hours, after office working hours, somewhere else, clubs, party, pubbing, suddenly your home will call you, home responsibility will call you. That will be activated by Ketu. Ketu will activate it so that you are reminded to stay away from that path. Ketu will pull you. That's how you will come to Ketu's path. What will be the outcome? Though you will be pulled towards Ketu path of spirituality, getting knowledge, all that, that's fine. What will be the ultimate outcome? See, the thing is, you also need to be mindful of other things happening because this is Ketu's transit. We cannot simply talk about Ketu. We need to be mindful of how other things are happening. Ketu is very unique in nature, very unique to interpret. Mars is going to transit in Leo from 8th of June till 28th of July. Ketu will not be very happy in the vicinity of Mars. And mind you, Mars will be in the 9th house for Sagittarius. So a malefic planet in the 9th house, in the vicinity of Ketu, which again is a malefic, it's not a very good thing to have two malefic planets together in 9th house. Do you think it will prosper your learning and knowledge? Or it will prosper your bhagya for that matter? I don't think so. You're not wrong either. Your thinking is right, my friend. So the moment Mars will come, though Ketu is having an edge over Rahu, but because of Mars, that learning, that knowledge getting, that spirituality will have interruptions. It will have disturbances. If you like to avoid those interruptions and disturbances, you have Jyotish Marvel at your disposal. The period, that golden period of 18 days, the way I'm putting it, for every ascendant, right? From 19th of May till 7th of June, till the time Mars was in Cancer. Use that 18 days period to your advantage. Try to inculcate that habit of learning every single day. Because people generally say once you do an activity regularly for 21 days, it becomes your habit. So 18 days, start a bit early. 21 days, 25 days. Do that knowledge gaining activity regularly. Let it be a habit. Even if Mars will come, you should have that consistency in your habit. You should be able to cut through that fire with your fire of consistency. Can you do that? That is a question you have to ask yourself. Now you have this visibility. Ask yourself, can I do that or can't I? Find it out. Okay. All right. Second part of this 6 months period, August and September. And now you know through introportion that Rahu is going to have its say in this period. Focus will be back to Kama Trikona. You look forward to find somebody special with whom you can go to that level of proximity which you really want to go. Okay? Fair enough. Is there any complexity now? See, Ketu in the next 2 months will also move from the nakshatra of Sun to the nakshatra of Venus, which will actually favor Rahu more and Rahu focus area more. It will strengthen Rahu's focus area. It will add fuel to the fire. But, here's the catch. This fire will continue till the first 15 days. But after 15 days, basically from 15th August, mid-August, 17 August or so, till mid-September, Sun will transit Leo. Ketu will say, wow, at least something good is happening with me. Yeah, Sun will feel happy in the association of Sattvic Graha like Ketu will feel happy in the association of a Sattvic Graha like Sun. At least there is some challenge to Rahu's desires. But will that challenge be sufficient enough or no? That is a question. If in that golden period you had conserved so much of energy, then that energy can actually strengthen Sun and Ketu together. Now also. Otherwise, they will put some bit of resistance, but Rahu will find its own way out. Because Sun's transit is only for period of 1 month. Prior to Sun, Ketu was a nakshatra of Venus, and after that Sun will move to Virgo. After mid-September, Ketu will continue to be nakshatra of Venus. On top of that, Venus is going to transit the sign of Leo, along with Mercury, another Rajas planet. Oh goodness, things are not that easy. Things are not that easy. So ninth house, your ninth house will see Ketu, Venus and Mercury having the 7th aspect of Rahu. You can imagine Rahu will prevail. This Rahu will prevail, undoubtedly. Okay? And on top of that, moving to the third part, which as per intro you know, which is actually the domain of Rahu, October, November. Rahu will have its own say. Rahu will full might. No, Jupiter aspecting from Gemini, Jupiter will move to Cancer. Ketu will continue to be in Venus Nakshatra. Till 10th October, Venus will be in Leo, helping in the objectives of Rahu through 7th aspect of Rahu. So, things are in Rahu's way. So, the focus will be on that Kama. Try it. All right. Now, after this analysis, if I specifically talk about Ketu's transit result briefly, yeah, covering entire 6 months of period, okay. Will there be any obstacle for you? The Ketu will bring some obstacle from your business partners. Be very careful from your business partners. And also from your work-related foreign engagements. So these two areas, obstacles can come. Ketu can bring obstacles for you. What is my caution? Well, the way Rahu is handling the entire area, I'm talking about Ketu's transit, mindful. But the caution is because of Rahu's influence. Because out of 6 months, 4 months is the domain of Rahu. So in Ketu's transit, the caution is driven by Rahu. You will actually think more about you. Also, Ketu's transit also saying yes to this interpretation. You will think more about yourself, right? Own gain, etc. So this is my caution. It is a high time that it is good to think about your own gain, but it will be better if you think about others around you as well. Because when your focus is a bit distorted, right, it is better to get some support, some strength from your near and dear ones. It will be better for you. Okay? You can get some good guidance also. Why not? Any recommendation? See, the Ketu's positioning is such that you can do such a deed which will not be good. Even you will feel, okay, this I shouldn't have done, vis-a-vis your gurus. So my recommendation, respect gurus. Respect your gurus. Please be conscious about it. It's not that you are a bad person. It's not that you keep on disrespecting gurus. No. The intent is not to raise fingers on anybody. The intent is to give you visibility, to make you a bit more conscious about what can potentially happen, so that you are ready to counter that sort of not so good thing. Okay. Can there be something good happening for you? See, notice, as it is Ketu's transit, Ketu is in reverse, I am talking about good towards the end of the video. Generally, I start my transit video with something good happening. But I am trying to be in synchronization with Ketu so that I can get the blessings from Ketu. So, towards the end, can there be something good happening for you? Yes, my friend. Ketu is helping a lot of people to get some gain out of property, and you too will have that benefit from Ketu's transit. Okay? Utilize that knowledge in the best possible way you can. Any other gain for you? Any other good thing for you? Yes, my friend. Ketu will, see, you do have the support to get married from both Jupiter and Rahu. Ketu too will saying, okay, I'll also support you to get married. To get married, not only to enjoy your relationship and then have fun with people around. Also support you to get married, provided you meet with two conditions. Marriage, the purpose of marriage, first you realize yourself. Be self-aware about. Self-aware is very, very important. Unless you realize that who you are, what is the purpose, what you are doing around, Ketu will not be happy. Once you have some self-consciousness, then the second condition is purpose of marriage. It is not only to satiate your senses, but it has a higher purpose from the perspective of your clan and family enhancement. Okay? Okay. Is there a secret to activate Ketu? Not a generic remedy, but specific secret from my Sagittarius ascendant friends. If there is a secret, then that can definitely help you to handhold Ketu, to stay away from the vicinity of Rahu all the time. That secret lies in you doing the prayers by chanting mantras. That's your secret, my friend. If you do that, you will be able to stay in the vicinity of Ketu more. That was my analysis for Sagittarius. Let's move to Capricorn ascendant. So the entire Ketu's transit in Leo is of 18 months, 18 days duration. From 19th May it is happening, and this video is covering first 6 months from 19th of May till November 2025 end. And I've divided this period of 6 months broadly into 2 months each, 3 parts. First part is June, July. Precisely, it is from 19th of May till about 21st of July. But broadly, loosely, it is June and July. Yeah. And this is a period when between Ketu and Rahu, Ketu is going to have its say. Why all this? Kindly go to intro portion. Unless you go through that, you will not be able to understand this analysis at all. Okay? So Ketu is going to have its say in June and July. It means the focus of Rahu will not flourish, because Ketu and Rahu are two sides of the same coin. If one is going to have its say, the other cannot. Yeah, as simple as that. And if you recall my Rahu's transit video, for Capricorn ascendant, I told you that Rahu will prompt you to put focus towards Earth Trikona, generating money, get into, accept new opportunities, accept new challenges, go full throttle and earn more money using your skills, which Rahu will provide. Okay? Now that Ketu is saying in June and July, I will let you follow my path. Okay? Where is Rahu? For Capricorn ascendant, Rahu is in 2nd house and Ketu is in 8th house. So for you, it's a battle of 2 versus 8, 2 and 8 axis. Got it? So Ketu will say in June and July, my way. So what is Ketu's way? He'll say, work is okay. Work is okay. For now, can you do a bit of meditation? Can you focus on transformation and make you a better human being? That's what Ketu says. And you will feel like, that's the time I wanted to go full throttle in my work area. I wanted to achieve new heights, right? And now see, I'm losing focus on my work. But there's a catch, my friend. The moment we choose Ketu, between Rahu and Ketu, forcefully or willfully, the moment we go in Ketu's direction, and specifically when Ketu's direction is propelling you to go towards transformation activities, that meditative activities, obviously the Almighty looks at it. That effort will not result in losing your focus. Like people say, sharpening your axe. So this is that phase which will actually help you conserve and build up your energies and then later utilize it in your area of work. So consider this phase very, very critical for your upcoming success. That's what Ketu is telling you in a subtle way. Okay? All right. So, money making can take a backseat in this June and July, and you will be more inclined to find the deeper and hidden meanings of life. Fair enough. So far, so good. Now, will it work smoothly? That's the catch. Will it work smoothly? Ideally, I would have said yes. You're following Ketu's way. Almighty is happy. Then what's more? See, we are driven by planets. Okay? June, July. 8th of June, Mars will enter into Leo and will stay there till about July end, 28th of July or so. So, Ketu and Mars, Ketu will say, no, this is not a good combination for me. Sir, Sat, Tamsik Graha, I don't like to be in the vicinity of Mars. Too much of fire. I'm already on fire. I don't want too much of fire in 8th house. It will be hell lot of transformation. Hell lot of who will control this Agni. The Agni is actually going beyond the roof. How and what way you are using the Agni? 8th house Agni. That is the question you have to ask yourself. So, it is not going to be an easy phase just to do simple meditation. You need some sort of guidance so that you channelize that so much of energy. You will feel a lot of power, energy in you. And the subtle indication that Jyotish can give you during such a period. If you genuinely sit in that meditative phase, you will get success very fast. Because 8th house is bubbling with energy. It is ready. It is like Guru is ready to give you blessing. Guru is saying, come to me. Just have to go there. The stage is set. You have to get to the stage. It is that kind of phase. So my goodness, make best possible use of it. Wow. And if you are a bit scared of that, so much of fire and power in 8th house, then utilize that golden period of 18 days, which is basically from the beginning of the transit from 19th of May till 7th of June, when Mars is still in Cancer. Stay with Ketu, stay in that vicinity, go towards Ketu's path of spirituality and meditation, but in a fire which you can manage and make yourself, your mind and your physically body ready to bear that kind of additional fire bringing by Mars. Quite interesting. Okay. Moving to the second part, August and September. Now, as by intro, you know that is the phase where Rahu is going to have its say. So Rahu said, money mantra. For you, it's about money, work and money. All other things, I don't care. Ketu will feel like, what can I do? And more so because Ketu by now will also move from the nakshatra of Sun to the nakshatra of Venus. Pur Falguni 4th pada. Rajas Graha. Rajas is about, this Rajas Graha is not about money, but about other Rajas. Luxuries of life. For that also you need money. So eventually you will get into that Rahu's mode. Now, the complication, let me bring or introduce a bit more complication into it. Sun will transit from mid-August till mid-September. We are covering August and September. First we covered June and July, now August and September. Ketu will like the association of Sun. Good. Dharmic planet, spiritual perspective. While Sun is the planet which gives us work. Remember, the force from Sun is Abhijit Rashi. Sun gives us work. Be mindful of that. Now, Rahu is putting our focus on earning money, but Rahu is also illusion, Regardless of the good intent Rahu will have, the ultimate, there will be disguise somewhere. But when Sun is there in 8th house, it will ensure that our focus, though swayed by Rahu, still being in 8th house, the house of transformation, and more so, own house of Sun. Own house of Sun. Leo, Sun will feel quite powerful. And Sun works through trine. The Sun do have the visibility on 4, 8 and 12, which is focus of Rahu. Remember, the Sun will have also the drishti on that kind of focus. It is not an eclipse. There is no association. There is 7th house drishti of Rahu definitely to that extent, but far from eclipse kind of position. So Sun definitely will restrict and safeguard you. But the thing is, till when? Mid-September, Sun will go out to Virgo, and then Venus will enter to Leo along with Mercury, 2 Rajasic planet. Plus Ketu is a nakshatra of Venus, having 7th house drishti of Rahu. Oof, too much of Rahu's way. So you will like to have more money, to enjoy luxuries demanded by Venus, and also more money demanded by Mercury through Kubera. Okay, in this August and September. Now, October, November, the last part. Domain of Rahu completely and thoroughly. Rahu will rise. Ketu will take the back seat. No Jupiter aspect from Gemini. Jupiter would transit to Cancer at that time. Sun has already moved. Till 10th October, Venus will be in Leo, accentuating Rahu's desires. Ketu will be in Pur Falguni, nakshatra of Venus, 3rd pada. So accentuating the Rahu's desires. So the focus will be back to money and enjoying luxuries of life. Now after all this, if I have to summarize from Ketu's transit perspective, the entire period of 6 months, right? What result Ketu will give you specifically? Yeah, not vis-a-vis Rahu, but specifically individually. First, will there be any obstacle? Ketu. Now, Ketu can cause some obstacles. Which area of your life? Ketu can cause obstacles to come from your social circle. And this will cause anxieties and also distractions. So you will not be able to focus that well in your work sphere because Ketu is causing such kind of obstacles from your social circle. Okay. Any caution? Or rather, let me forewarn you that you may undergo this situation so that you are mentally ready. Ketu can cause a situation where your focus will be more at work because of Rahu's pull, But Ketu will create a situation where at work, you may be asked to do a lot of menial jobs, low-level jobs, you understand? So be mentally prepared for that. Okay. Now, any recommendation? See, Ketu is in 8th house. That's a Dusthana. But it is Ketu. So as long as you channelize that energy of Ketu and be with Ketu, you can transform that Dusthana energy into very transformative energy. So do that. That's my recommendation. Otherwise, if you don't do that, then Ketu will actually show colors as being in Dusthana. That's not a good feel. Okay? Any good which can happen with you? To make you understand Jyotish principle, I call it out specifically. I start my transit with you with something good, but here I've kept it to the end. Why? Because this is Ketu's transit video and I want to get support of Ketu. How can I do that? Ketu's motion is reverse. So I want to be in synchronization with Ketu to get Ketu support. That's why this is towards the end. What good thing be with you in your life? See, if you are looking forward to start a business or expand your business, Ketu will help you get a lot of loans. You get a lot of money. So that's a good thing to know. Go for it. While already Rahu is telling you, go full throttle, expand the business, explore new territories in your service industry area. And then Ketu is telling, get more loans, get more money and expand. That's a great thing to have. Yeah. Any other good thing? It's a great thing. This is one of the best times, if not absolutely the best, one of the best times for you to gain knowledge. For example, the knowledge of Jyotish. If you are interested, if you're liking this kind of video, learn more about Jyotish. Time is favoring you. Learn more, spend more time talking about this. It is the time best utilized. At least we're not thinking anything bad. We are talking and thinking about Vedanga. We are getting the blessings automatically. Entire time spent in this, thinking, listening, writing, talking, this time well spent. Get into it. Okay. Any secret to activate Ketu? While not a generic level remedy, that will be towards the end. Specifically for Capricorn ascendant friends, if you get to know of a secret thing to activate Ketu so that you can be more with Ketu than Rahu, you can activate Ketu easily and calmly, what would that be? If you get to know, that remedy, that secret lies with you. If you, with your effort, try to make your home happy, the better it is for you. Ketu will be very happy and pleased with you. If you put your efforts to ensure that your home is in order, your home is happy with you, happy in general, then you have won the battle. Okay? So that was my analysis for Capricorn ascendant. Let's move to Aquarius ascendant. So my Aquarius ascendant friends, this video from 19th of May of Ketu's transit to Leo is for 18 months, 18 days. I am covering 6 months in this video in 3 parts, 2 months each, 2 3s are 6. So first part is from June, July, 19th of May to 21st of July, or broadly June, July. In this part, between Rahu and Ketu, Ketu will have its say. Why that? Kindly refer intro portion, otherwise you will not get a sense of what I'm talking about. Yeah. Ketu will have its say. Rahu, Ketu, two sides of a coin. If Ketu is going to have its say, Rahu will take a back seat. So what was Rahu's focus? Remember Rahu's transit video? I told you that Rahu will make you focus on learning and acquiring knowledge with your own efforts. That's the best part, right? So Ketu will say, no. These 2 months, June, July, let me drive the focus. You will say, aha. Aquarius people, Rahu is in Lagna. Ketu is in 7th house. So if Rahu, this battle is between 1-7 axis. So Ketu will say, no. Ketu is in 7th house. Remember that. And Ketu is saying, no, I'll not let Rahu take the front seat. I will drive the vehicle as a backseat driver. I'm in the 7th house, not in the Lagna. Still, I'll drive the vehicle as a backseat driver. All right. So, Ketu will say, learning, all good. Focus on yourself. Learning is fine. Okay. Take a different tangent of learning. My way of learning, not Rahu's way of learning. Find the deeper meaning of your life. Find yourself. Do some meditation. Get into the spirituality vehicle. Unless you understand who you are, what knowledge will you gain? Eventually, what will go with you? After you leave your body, the only knowledge which will accompany you to the next word is the knowledge of self-consciousness, self-awareness. So, that is Ketu's path of acquiring knowledge, Ketu's way of acquiring knowledge. Yeah. Okay. Then, Rahu says, put more focus on improving yourself by acquiring knowledge. Ketu says, no. Put more focus on others, not on yourself. Ketu is in 7th house. Others. Focus on others. But in turn, find the deeper meaning of life. So Ketu is indicating you to go towards people, different people, and learn and find what is the purpose of life. Go to Guru, go to some wise people, in different ways and means. Fantastic. Okay. Now, will it work smoothly? Will it work smoothly? Very interesting. See, the thing is, generally, if you focus on Ketu, automatically Almighty should favor you and things should work in your favor. But we are bound by these planetary motions. You have to understand that aspect as well. So for Aquarius Lagna people, we are covering June and July at this point in time. 8th of June has the entry of Mars in Leo, 7th house. And Mars will be there till about July end, 28th of July. Mars, first of all, Ketu with Mars don't go along very well. Ketu is not very happy in the vicinity of Mars, being a tamasic graha. Extreme fire in 7th house. Oh my goodness. On top of that, that is not enough yet, as if. On top of that, Mars in 7th house is Maranasthana, MKS. So much of fire in 7th house, you can imagine. While your focus was spirituality and meditation, you know what will happen that? Now, you will close your eyes and your mind will go towards some other fire. And you will try to extinguish that fire, and the Mars Marana impact will come, and it will bring some sort of harshness, some sort of not so happy experiences in relationships. Somehow you will not be able to concentrate. And Ketu will not be happy that way, for whatever reason. So if you like to pacify Ketu, to put it that way, then don't wait for Mars to come and then spoil the party. Use the golden period of 18 days. 19th of May till 7th of June, till the time Mars is in Cancer. You follow Ketu during that period. Fire you can manage. Then that fire will actually be working and channelizing your energies towards a right kind of meditation. You'll close your eyes, you will think what you should think in meditation. Got it? Move to the next part of 6 months. We have covered June, July so far, August, September. Now you know in these 2 months, Rahu will have its way. Rahu will say, now this is my time. You know, but through introspection, right? Alright, so Rahu's focus was knowledge with your self-effort. But it is Rahu. Howsoever nice the focus can be, there will be illusionary aspect of Rahu. Eventually, Rahu will drag you to its own ways. Yeah? Okay. So, what to do? Is that it during these 2 months? No. See, Ketu will also move. Rahu will continue to be in nakshatra of Jupiter, but Ketu will move from the nakshatra of Sun to nakshatra of Venus, Purva Phalguni 4th pada. From Uttar Phalguni 1st pada to Purva Phalguni 4th pada. Now, Ketu will not feel that happy in Rajas planet's nakshatra, which will actually make Rahu happier. That's where Rahu is going to have his say that we have discussed in intro part. Now, on top of that, mid-August to mid-September, Sun is going to enter in Leo. And now Ketu will say, now I'm happy. So Ketu will have somebody's support to fight back Rahu. So that is a phase when Sun and Ketu put together will not go you astray in the pretext of getting knowledge. Because it is Rahu's domain. What kind of knowledge Rahu give you? You understand? Unless you are really conscious, Sun and Ketu will help you. So that 1 month will actually help you to gain good knowledge. You will have that color of Sun and Ketu kind of knowledge. Through the modes of Rahu, technology. Technology will be the go-to to get knowledge. That's true. It will not be through physical copy and pen paper like mercurial way. No, Rahu's way. Tech. Yeah. But in the color of Ketu and Sun. After 15 September till end September, Sun will move to Virgo. But here is the entry of Venus in the den of Leo with Ketu. Ketu in nakshatra of Venus. Venus with Ketu. Along with Mercury during this period. Oof. Rahu will flourish. Rahu likes this. 7th house Drishti looking at Venus. Rahu likes this. So that is the phase when you will desire to be uniting with the opposite sex. To put it bluntly. Okay? Alright. Now, third part, we know through intro that October, November is the domain of Rahu. Rahu will rise like anything, right? And then on top of that, till 10th October, Venus is with Ketu, accentuating Rahu's desire. Ketu is in Venus Nakshatra. Rahu is having 7th house ratio of Venus. So mid-October, you are completely in that kind of desire of uniting with the opposite sex. And after that, even if you are out of that desire to some extent, Rahu will drag you to gain knowledge and to fulfill that self-effort to obtaining learning and knowledge, but in its own way. It can disguise you. It can disguise you using technology. You opened a site to gain some knowledge. There were some ads popping up at the corner. You click on that ad by mistake or under some thoughts, and the next half an hour is spent going through those kind of websites. So it will sway your mind some way or the other. It has its own tricks in disguise, in the pretext of giving you knowledge. But you will be following Rahu's focus area. You can go through Rahu's transit video to understand more the entire focus area. Okay. Now, after understanding that 2 months portion and how is happening between Rahu and Ketu, let's spend some time briefly on discussing purely Ketu's transit result for you. It'll be nice. Okay. So, will it generate any obstacle for you, Ketu? See, Ketu can bring obstacle from your work sphere. So you need to be a bit vigilant. Is there some plotting against you? Right? You need to be just cautious that you're aware, right? You're not giving any chance to somebody to put fingers on you. Submitting your work, check it twice. Review it. Put some checks in place. Leave office in time so that nobody can put fingers on you. Just be cautious. Caution. You will experience differences with your partner, right? There'll be some doubts because of which you will have some differences, and you know the reason of doubts, right? Okay. Anything good happening with you? See, for you to understand Jyotish principle, I'll call it out again. I start the transit video with something good, but this I've kept it towards the end for this video. Why? So that I can get the support of Ketu. It's Ketu's video, and Ketu's motion is retrograde. So if I am in synchronization with Ketu's motion, I'll get support of Ketu. I'm thinking and acting like Ketu. So towards the end, something good for you. What is that? That's a great thing to have. Ketu will ensure that you will have some sort of healing abilities. Remember the nakshatra of first nakshatra, Ashwini, lorded by Ketu. Ashwini Kumars has that healing power. Similar fundamental. Ketu will actually help you to get some healing power. So go and help out others. Help others out. And now this healing power can also be a power like Jyotish. It is one of the best healing powers. So why not to get more of this and help others? Okay. A recommendation. When you help others, people will get drawn towards you. Now the thing is, do not encourage their advances. Otherwise, things will go out of control for you. Recommendation. Anything else which is good to be called out specifically? Yes, there is. So Ketu will ensure that you will have a fantastic public relations. That's a good thing. It will actually help you not only at your personal space, but also in your professional area. Thumbs up for that. Best wishes. Is there a secret to activate Ketu? Not as a generic remedy, which I'll talk about towards the end of the video, but specifically for Aries ascendant friends. So that if you can activate Ketu, then you can be away from Rahu's vicinity and be closer to Ketu. How nice that would be. How to activate? What is the secret? Secret lies with you. Keeping yourself at bay from the desires of uniting with opposite sex. Now, if that's what you desire to have, your call. But I've told you the secret. If you keep yourself at bay from this desire, then Ketu will be very happy. And you want that, then follow that. Okay. Now, that was for Aquarius ascendant. Let us start with Pisces ascendant. So, the whole cycle, as I put it, 19th of May, Ketu will transit to Leo. Okay? And 18 months, 18 days, Ketu will be in Leo. But I'm covering the period of 6 months, divided into 3 parts, 2 months each. First 2 months, June, July, between Rahu and Ketu, Ketu is going to have its say. Why? You can go through intro section and get to know more. Otherwise, you will not understand and appreciate this section at all. So Ketu will say, I'll not let Rahu's focus area flourish. It is like 2 sides of a coin, so one of the side can only be visible at one time. If Ketu is stronger than Rahu in June, July, Ketu's side will be visible. So if you recall my Rahu's transit video, I told you, for Pisces ascendant person, your focus Rahu will draw you towards moksha trines and specifically towards meditation. That is your focus. And we all felt, wow, great. Now Ketu is saying, no, I'll not let that focus flourish. I'll have my own focus. And that makes me think. I mean, moksha trine, meditation, which Rahu's focus area is great. That's what Ketu wants. Hey, there's a catch. There's a catch. Though Rahu's focus area was for you to push towards meditation, but Rahu is Rahu. It has its own illusion. Who knows, the moment you close your mind for meditation, half an hour you sit, only for 2 seconds you could actually do the right meditation. The remaining time, Rahu will bring so many desires in your mind. And when you're out of meditation, the rest of the day you will spend in fulfilling those desires. That is the focus of transformation and meditation. That is Rahu. Ketu is true meditation. Rahu says focus on meditation. No, Rahu says put focus on transforming yourself by its ways. What are the Rahu ways? Rahu's ways are connectivity, illusion, and downward. Senses go downward. So meditate. Rahu says meditate, but your attention is somewhere else. That is Rahu's meditation. But Ketu says put more focus on transformation by Ketu's ways. Solitude, tough ways, but attention goes upward. Yeah. So it says, so your balance. For Pisces people, Rahu is in 12th house and Ketu is in 6th house. So it's a battle between 6 and 12. In June and July, Ketu will say, no way, it is only my way. So he'll say, no Rahu's meditation. You come here. You start with doing some service to the humanity. First you get that humility in you and then we'll talk about bigger things. Okay? So that's where it says good habits. Ketu will prompt you to inculcate good habits in you by doing service to humanity. That's June and July for you. It is not Rahu's transformation, mind you. Okay? All right. And the interesting thing, service to humanity will be in public, but still the Ketu will keep your mind isolated from public. Wow. Because when we do service, generally we stay quiet, contemplative mode. Being in public, you are alone. And that is what Ketu wants from you. Amazing. Will it work smoothly? The question is, will it work smoothly? It will. Not for every ascendant it is working smoothly. Such thing. Ketu's path. Even Ketu's path. But for you it is. Why? See, the planetary motion, when it is Ketu's transit, we have to evaluate in a broader way. We are evaluating June, July. 8th July, Mars is entering to Leo. It will stay there till 8th June, Mars is entering Leo. It will stay there till 28th of July, broadly to the end of July. Ketu doesn't like to be with Mars, too much of fire, 6th house, and more so Tamsik Graha. So, the interesting point, Trishdaya, 3, 6, 11, malefic planet are stronger, generic principle. So Mars is in full strength in Leo in 6th house. So Mars is rather helping you, it is giving you energy to be able for you to serve humanity with more zeal, more enthusiasm. So otherwise that energy can go out of control, but you're channelizing that energy in your efforts to serve others, That's great. That's great. So that is a good thing you are experiencing. But if you feel, no, it's too much of energy, I mean, I don't want that much of zeal and enthu, then the Jyotish marvel. Use that golden period of 18 days from the beginning of transit, that is 19th of May, till 7th of June, till Mars will be in Cancer before it transits Leo. Then you only have to grapple with the energy of Ketu in 6th house, which you can handle reasonably well, relatively well. Okay, good. Now, second part of that 6 months period. So, August and September, through intro portion that in this part, Rahu is having an edge over Ketu. Rahu will say, now that moksha trine focus will be there as per my desire. I'll want your effort to do meditation in my ways. And you know Rahu's way. What to do now? Is that it for these 2 months? See, Ketu has also moved. Though Rahu will continue to be in Jupiter's nakshatra, Ketu has moved from Sun's nakshatra to Venus nakshatra. Further, the pendulum is shifting towards Rahu. And that's not it. That's not it. Which other planets are going to transit the sign Leo? Mid-August to mid-September, Sun is transiting Leo. Now Ketu is getting some strength, some support from Sun. That's where that meditation which Rahu is guiding you. Sun from the 6th house will say, my child, I'll ensure that you have my color. Because Sun works through trine, Sun will have an implication. Sun will have an implication. Sun works through trine and also Sun has 7th drishti on Rahu. It is not that eclipse kind of position. So, Sun will have its own color on that Rahu's meditation. It will save you till mid-September. After that, Sun will transit to Virgo. And then here comes the entry of Venus in Leo with Ketu, who is already in Ketu's nakshatra. And this Venus, who will enter into Leo, will have the 7th drishti from Rahu. Now things will not be in your control. On top of that, Mercury will also join the other Rajas Graha. Now things will not be in your control. It will be in Rahu's way. Absolutely Rahu's way. And more so. If we move towards the third part, October, November, that is purely the domain of Rahu, as you know by now. And Rahu will rise, as I'm putting it. Complete anarchy. Because Jupiter has moved to Cancer and Jupiter is not having a drishti on Rahu. Ketu will continue to be in Venus nakshatra, third pada of Purv Phalguni. And Sun has moved out of Leo. Venus is still there till the end of October, further accentuating Rahu's desire and helping Rahu to fulfill its focus area. So it's all around Rahu's free play. Okay, so you can listen to that Rahu's transit video again to get to know the Rahu specific result. Just refresh the memory if you've not done already. Okay, now this was 6 months of phase versus Rahu and Ketu. Let me briefly take you through purely from Ketu's transit perspective. That will be great. Okay, so any caution which I'll give you from Ketu's transit perspective for the entire 6 months duration. I'll give a caution to you. Very, very peculiar caution. You may have some temptation, to pick something for free. Like some people just for fun go to a mall, pick up something. People give it a technical name of shoplifting. Or some people can go to the extreme of calling it a theft. Grave. What I'm telling you, if you have some such desire, just be away from it. Kill that temptation the moment it enters your brain. At that point in time, let not it grow. Otherwise, it will ensure that you do that action. Big caution. Okay. Any obstacle? Can Ketu bring some obstacle during its transit of 6 months? Yes, it will. Which sphere? If you get to know that, it will be helpful. In the sphere of your home. So basically, the obstacle can come from your own people. At your home or your partner. Your partner may not necessarily be at your home. That's why I'm calling it out specifically. Keep that in mind. Caution. Caution number 2. Enemies are going to trouble you. So now that you know, you can make yourself ready for any such kind of trouble. Don't give it a chance to get troubled. Okay. Anything good going to happen with you? Let me call it out so that you understand the Jyotish principle behind it. I start my transit video with something good as a beginning, but now I am kept towards the end. Why? Because I am doing Ketu's transit video and I want to take the support of Ketu. And Ketu's motion is retrograde. So if I make myself aligned with Ketu and I keep that beginning portion towards the end, I'm making my actions retrograde. So I'm getting the support from Ketu. All right. So something good that is going to happen with you during Ketu's transit these 6 months? Yes, there will be. Great thing. You will be great at curbing competition and challenges and enemies. Wow. So the caution was, enemies can trouble you, but the Ketu's blessing, let them come. I am ready. Where are those? Rather, you will be like, let me go out and find those. I am ready. Come. Wow. Okay. Anything else? Great thing. Intelligence and knowledge will be with you. You're like, what's new, dude? Tell me something new. I know. It is with you. You are Piscean. But Ketu is also favoring you and supporting you. So I'm calling it out explicitly. Okay. Secret to activate Ketu. Not a generic remedy which I'm going to share just after I cover Pisces ascendant. This is a very specific remedy for secret more than a remedy, so that you can activate Ketu and stay closer to Ketu and not in the vicinity of Rahu. If you get to know that, it will be great. The secret lies with you, that you earn money in justified ways. Think about it. Simple thing to have, but think about it. If you do that, Ketu will be very happy with you. That was my analysis for Pisces ascendant. Okay, now let's move towards the remedy. So, first of all, as you know by now, my structure, we know that timing of remedy, you need the remedy more, quantum, more, and timing when Rahu is stronger than Ketu, though it is Ketu's transit. I'll talk about Ketu's remedies definitely, but timing and quantum. And in these 6 months, we know that first 2 months Ketu is stronger, next 2 months, Rahu is relatively stronger, and last 2 months, Rahu is definitely stronger. So you need the maximum remedy in the last 2 months, a relatively more remedy in the middle 2 months, and a reasonable remedy in the first 2 months. And this remedy will be of Ketu, so that you can ensure that Ketu is stronger. I did share the secret to activate Ketu for every ascendant separately, why I covered every ascendant. But now this generic remedy, which any ascendant person can do, right? Now, before I talk about the generic remedy, is it always good to ensure that Ketu is stronger? You want to be with Ketu? That's a question which can come to your head as well. Think about a situation when, let's say, Rahu is your second lord, okay? And Rahu is well placed in your chart. Wouldn't you like to strengthen Rahu by wearing gemstone of Rahu? Or by doing any other remedy of Rahu? But second lord represents money, wealth. So in that case, do you really want to go to Ketu? See, that's how. It's very tricky thing. It depends on what you want from life. Where is in your natal chart where the planets are placed? What are the lordships? What dasha you're going through? A lot of things. But in Ketu's transit video, at a generic level, who's Ketu? Narad Muni? Good that from Rishi perspective. But Ketu is Ganesha. That's the reason I started this video with Ganesha mantra. I've used that mantra additionally. That had to happen. So if you really want to be with Ketu, you want to pacify Ketu, you worship Ganesha. Now, if you want to be technical, then for every ascendant, basis your natal Ketu's placement or basis transit Ketu placement, you can pick the specific Akshara Ganesha mantra. There are different nuances in that mantra shastra. But at a generic level, if you worship Ganesha in your own way, like I did in the beginning of the video, in your own ways, that will be great. It's all about the intent and the faith, ultimately. It's all about the intent and the faith. So I'll see you soon with another video. Till then, Om Namah Shivaya.